What up? What up? What up, world? We are back. This is Get Right Fantasy Network. I'm Anthony, aka Rasta. I'm here with the Get Right author, writer extraordinaire, analyst, classic Mike. What's
What
up,
up?
Mike?
What up? What up?
Awesome, man. We are here. It is Friday. Used to be Friday Night Mocks, but we're actually in regular season mode, man. I'm so excited. Week 3. Nothing is like we expected it, at this point.
Oh, for
Um
sure.
things are going crazy. We had Christian McCaffrey go down, of course, in week 3. The greatest fear we all had, having him as the number 1 pick overall. Got 3 games out of him, or 2.25 games.
2.2.
Uh, so that was about it, man. And that's maybe where we can start. Just before we get into that, of course, for all of you guys, this is a start sit episode. We're gonna go through the games here, preview them, let you guys know who we're starting, who we're sitting, so we can get our lineups right here for Sunday and get those W's. Unless you guys are playing me, and in that case, I wish all of your guys underperform severely. Unless I have them in other leagues as well. So anyway,
so that means they're going to overperform. Anyway,
exactly. Roster Reaper in full effect.
First, want to say what's up, FF Season? How you doing, man? How's everything going?
What up, Season? We were just chatting before we got on air. He's part of the reason why I'm late. Got caught up in a talk about a trade, which I'm sure we'll get into here.
Nice.
We got Wilson in the house.
What up,
Ambassador
Wilson?
Extraordinaire. What up, Wilson? And he's giving us the thumbs up here. So, man, we're here. Let's start with the Thursday night breakdown, man. Mike, get into it. Tell us what happened.
Jeez, I mean that was some game, and it just makes me. I know that we can still have the narrative with Sam Darnold and the concept of like who he's been playing, but I mean he just played the New Orleans Saints, and he did pretty well considering. He still is someone you should be looking to trade for. I'm standing firm on this. He was a sleeper at the beginning of at the beginning of the year before drafts. He's definitely someone worth looking into. He's really doing well in this particular system. Is it the Adam Gase effect? Possibly. And I honestly think that's the case. I still think DJ Moore is another trade for candidate.
I wish I had one of those.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. And that's the thing. I just had a feeling, and that's my feeling. DJ Moore did fantastic. We saw another huge game from him. But as Ant said before, the biggest news is Christian McCaffrey. He was ruled out of the game early. He had an MRI today. This looks like a multiple week injury from what they're saying. I'm not a doctor, but my projection is he's probably out 2 to 4 weeks. So that's my best guess for that particular scenario. You're still going to be picking up Chuba Hubbard at this point. If you are the Christian McCaffrey owner, you're going to try your best to try to get him. I wouldn't be wasting all your fab, because if he's only going to be a 2 to 3 week person, I would definitely rethink using a good amount of your fab. I would probably go to the 40 to 50 range, roughly. It's based on your league and how much you currently have. If you're if you were the Elijah Mitchell owner and you got him, you probably don't have a lot. So
if you got Mitchell, you're not getting Chuba.
So you're pretty much out of it. But anyone else that's looking to grab, I'd say 40 to 50 just for now. We also saw actually decent play from Davis Mills. Like I understand that he didn't play fantastically, but he stood in there and took hits. It was incredible. He actually played a lot better than I thought. And here's another thing. I'm still trying to understand the hate and the disrespect for Brandon Cooks here. I mean, and you hate him probably more than anyone out of.
I don't want to say
even worse. Okay, so then why wouldn't
I hate Houston? So I just don't want any shares of that team. And that's all it is.
But
okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm giving you some stuff right now. Okay,
go ahead, hit me with it.
11 targets, nine receptions for 112 yards yesterday with a rookie QB. he has an average catch rate of 71.9%, which is probably that is a high catch percentage. He has 32 total targets and 23 receptions with 322 yards through 3 games, and averages 10.7 targets a game and has 1 touchdown thrown in. And you're telling me that you don't like him being in Houston? I think he is perfect in that particular scenario. I think he's doing very well. He's another guy that I'm not saying you should trade for, but he's somebody that is definitely relevant at this point. So I would definitely be keeping my eye on him as somebody to use. I know somebody in my league that has both DJ Moore and Cooks, and I mean, he was like you. He was scared to play him, and I don't blame him having the rookie quarterback. But he just proved that he can handle the load. So he is definitely someone that you should be keeping your eye on. There, Anthony Miller did okay coming back. I mean, I've always been a fan of Anthony Miller. But now coming back, he's the number 2 there until further notice. So he's definitely someone to keep an eye on as well. But you're not running with anyone else. Mark Ingram underperformed. So did Philip Lindsay and David Johnson. So, you're pretty much dropping those guys. I'm already in the process of doing that because I had Mark Ingram for a short while. So what do you think?
Well, I want to go back to the whole Brandon Cooks thing. I just want to say it's your basic take the name off the jersey, right? And if you're just looking at the stats, that's a guy, you can literally put his numbers up, take the name off the jersey. I wish we had the ability to do that and put like AJ Brown's numbers up, and you'll see, this guy was drafted here, this guy was drafted here. Which one would you have? Obviously,
we're gonna have to play that game one night.
Yeah, you're gonna obviously pick the Cook side, right? Or else you wouldn't be doing it. And that's fine. And that's fine. It's just, to me, I didn't want to be putting my fantasy championship hopes in a guy that plays on Houston, knowing what we came into it on draft day. So basically, I faded him in all my drafts. If he would have fell to me in a spot where I felt I could get him, great. But other people had him a lot higher than I had him. So he never really fell to me. So that's kind of what I mean, by that. So I'm not trying to say, oh, don't have him or he's trash or anything like that. I'm just saying the situation is trash. It's going to produce, but again, I think there's so many other situations you can target and be in, then have to rely on that. And again, if you got him, then good. I mean, he's producing, so good for you. It's just that's not my lane. So anyway,
no, it's a fair point. I mean, I really do think that he has an ability to do incredibly well this season, and even with a rookie quarterback, they're going to be in bad situations all the time. The game script's always going to go towards throwing the ball. So I still feel like he will average those 10 targets. So he is definitely that low end wide receiver 1 that could really help steady out your team if you're looking for somebody.
My only thing is, check this out. His the next games he's playing are at Buffalo Bills, so Tre'Davious White and that defense, at New England Patriots at that defense. I'm sure Belichick's going to shut.
Yeah, Belichick will have fun with that. Yeah.
Then he has to go up against the Colt defense there.
That one's a little easier.
Then he goes up against Arizona.
Okay.
And then he has the Rams. And then he has the Dolphins with Xavier Howard, right? And
it's a good test for him.
So, and then he goes into the bye. So I'm just saying, that's a tough
rough
schedule kind of coming up. And again, we'll see who he is. If he makes it through all that, then hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, what does he have after the bye? Tennessee, the Jets.
Hey, I stopped there for a reason.
I knew why, and that's the whole point. You tell me all the time about the concept of playoffs. You want the guy for your playoffs. He's got, near the end of the season, he's got the Tennessee, the Jets, the Colts, the Seahawks, Jacksonville. He's got a good schedule at the end of the year. Do not sleep on him and I would possibly try to trade low for him, after the Rams game, possibly, because you'll know by then how well he put through, and the guy, if he underperforms, you're able to grab him at a, bare minimum and then get him for that end stretch that will, be better than most. So he's definitely someone to target.
All right, there it goes. I had to get in there with you a little bit. So that was fun, man. So overall, it wasn't the greatest of games. Obviously, McCaffrey went down. We couldn't see just kind of greatness there. I was hoping we got to see like a 200-yard, performance, 3
Mm.
touchdowns. I'm sure that's what they were all hoping for. Instead, he gets the hammy, and the star of
And,
the game is Chuba Hubbard
and
out of
that's
this.
typical, to be honest. I mean, after ACL surgery, the biggest thing that ends up happening is usually some type of hamstring or calf injury. It's just because it's just connected. It's just if you don't use it, and even if you're rehabbing it, it's usually around that time. So, it was definitely something I was thinking about, but at this point, we'll have to see how he heals from it. But like I said, 2 to 4 weeks it's my best guesstimate. I could be wrong. He could be back, he could be put on IR and then come back. They're still unsure of what's going on. They have till next week to kind of figure everything out.
There it is. All right. So, and Drew, agreed.
What up,
Where you
Drew?
got him is good value there. If he does come in as your wide receiver 3 or 4, you are ecstatic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's what you're producing. If you took him as your 2, that's a little scary. Then we have Hector. What's up, Hector? Coming in here saying, pick 2: Lavishka, Fuller, Osborne, and Ayuk.
Ew. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry you're in that predicament, Hector. You know what? I mean, I'm looking real quick. I need to see this Minnesota matchup. I would go with probably Osborne.
Potentially no Dalvin
Yeah,
Cook there.
yeah, he's game time questionable. I'm probably gonna go Osborne and Laviscus. Or no, Osborne and Laviscus. Fuller's coming back for his debut. Ayuk, I don't trust, so I'm sticking with Osborne and Laviscus.
Yeah, and Fuller's coming back, and we're going to get into it here, but Fuller will be coming back with his debut with Jacoby Brissett and not Tua. So, yeah. So,
shit.
I definitely say
I'm
Osborne.
very jealous of Drew right now. Very, very jealous.
He
I
got
wanted to
excited.
go. This was the one game that I wanted to go to. I actually had the luxury of going to Eli's last game against the Dolphins. That was an incredible game. It was great to see. I'm just very jealous of you right now. So
There it is. We have to live vicariously through our viewers, and
yeah,
so
I'm gonna
we
have to.
appreciate it, you guys. And again, for those of you that are new watching us, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Helps us out. We're growing the community. We're getting closer and closer to that 200 mark, that milestone. It's going to be huge for us getting there. Everyone who's done that, so we really appreciate you guys for doing that. So keep pumping us up. Tell people about us. Come have them join the community. Come join the sleeper community. You're getting alerts. We have links to games. A bunch of stuff that you get as a privilege for joining the community. It's completely free. Come and join us and have some fun. So part of that community has spawned something that we like to do here and have our Magoats interesting fact of the day. So you will get this alert, if you have your notifications on in our sleeper channel. Magoat's interesting fact says in 1986, Danny Heat became the first player in a World Series to be a designator hitter with the initials DH. So
That's crazy.
I wish we had a boom or something like that to rein that in. So DH became the first player to be a DH with the initials DH. So
Okay.
that's pretty cool. Just a random
nice.
stat in case you ever find yourself on Sports Jeopardy or something like that.
Yeah, he's trying to mix it up a little bit.
That might just win you something there. So yeah, so we like to get into all of it there. So speaking of that too, once you've hit that subscribe button and the like button, make sure you go on to underdogfantasy.com, sign up for an account there, put in the promo code GETRIGHT. And when you do that, you make your first deposit, you will get $10 added to your account to come in there and get a little fun on, man. They got DFS, they got Pick'em, they have rivalry games, over under picks. It's a lot of fun with their prop bets and everything they have going on there. If you want to get in there, you can challenge people. Come challenge us. Reach out to us. Let us know your account. We'll definitely jump in a contest with you, and we'll have a lot of fun. So again, underdogfantasy.com, promo code get right. All right. So we have another question here, And this is the question that made me late to this show here. So, um, FF Season hits me up on Twitter at Get Right Fantasy. Should I trade Tannehill, Zeke, and Montgomery for Josh Allen and Kamara? So, what say you, Michael?
Ooh, I think you're giving up a lot for a little. I mean, right now, Josh Allen and Kamara have underperformed. I understand what you're looking to do because Tannehill hasn't done any better. And Zeke and Montgomery have been pretty much everyone in this particular trade is underperforming.
Montgomery
So
is solid. I'd say
no, I
receiver
agree.
is solid.
I like Montgomery.
Montgomery is why Kamara is in the mix. Put
No,
it
that
that
makes
way.
sense. And honestly, I probably wouldn't, and it's based on what your particular trade it's based on your team makeup. That's my biggest thing. It's hard to these trade questions are hard unless we know what you guys have underneath it. If you're looking
It
to
is a
get
super flex full PPR team, and I believe this is the same team where he has that Trey Lance, um, Justin Fields,
oh, okay.
that whole team, and he traded Derek Carr for Tannehill. So now he has Tannehill basically. There was
Okay.
other pieces involved, but basically that's why he has Tannehill now. And so
I'm
now he's trying to
assuming
upgrade to Josh Allen.
so is his running back core weak? Is that why he's looking to grab Kamara and Josh Allen?
I mean, it's not weak, but I think he's trying to turn that, into a little more. So I'm basically with you, just to, not have this take, the entire show.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to, talking about this more, through Twitter there, season. But, you already got my feedback on that. I say hold. I don't think it's enough
Yeah,
of an upgrade through Allen.
I agree.
Um, and I think I'd rather have the depth with Zeke and Montgomery given the RB landscape right now, and especially
Yeah.
with guys like McCaffrey going down in
Yeah.
week 3. I mean, there's already been so many injuries. I'd rather have that, type of depth to keep
Yeah.
Montgomery and Zeke, and just I think Tannehill will come out of it. He has weapons. It'll
Yeah.
happen, man. It's early. It's only week 3, so
Yeah.
roll
I
with
agree.
that team. Don't trade yourself out. Sometimes you can over trade and
And it's
lose that
early.
value that you had. Yeah.
It's very early. A lot of people are looking to trade like crazy, and it's not the time. You need to wait till at least week 4 or 5 to get a better understanding.
Yeah. So Drew saying tickets were expensive.
Yeah.
He had to save up just to get the 300 level seats. Had to
Wow.
go for Eli though. I would take a bullet for that man.
Me
So
too, man. I've been in the
you guys,
300.
you
300
guys
level is not bad, bro. 300 level is actually legit. I've had my best games going there were Dallas versus, the Dallas game in week 17. Me and my brother were in the 300, and it was a great game regardless. I've sat on the mezzanine, on the lower mezzanine in the 100, the twos and the ones. I've sat everywhere in that stadium. There's not a bad seat. So, I'm just overly jealous of you, Drew. Believe me. I wish I could be
you
there.
could you guys
I
need to
thought
take that
about it.
on a side talk. Maybe you
Yeah,
could get
sorry.
Mike on a video
Yeah.
call and at the seat there and stream the game from your seat there for
So
us.
jealous.
Very nice. We have Jason here, returning viewer here. So what's up, Jace? Welcome back. He's saying, should I start Montgomery or Miles Sanders this week? I say Montgomery. I assume we're asking probably because of the matchup. Just
Yeah.
out of my initial
Yeah.
thoughts, I'm saying Montgomery.
I like
Um,
Montgomery more, but I like Sanders' matchup better against the Cowboys.
so it's one of those situations.
Yeah.
Cowboys, they're a little more legit on the ground.
Mm.
Obviously, with
They don't
Michael
have a
Parsons, they
front,
have a lot of injuries going on right now.
but they're playing
You know,
Parsons
true,
on the end. So they're
true.
they're
They'll be able
they're
to
looking
take
for the
advantage
pass
of
rush.
that.
Yeah. So honestly, I rather have Sanders. It's a Monday night game. It's going to be prime time. Jalen Meal. See, they're both in the same type of situation with Justin Fields and Jalen Hurts, both being incredible runners themselves. They both get a great amount of floor from their particular rushing ability. So they both have the RPO ability. They both have situations where they could get more opportunities to get more run from that RPO. So I'm not against starting Montgomery, but I I like Montgomery more than Sanders, but I like the matchup better for Sanders because the Cleveland defense is much better and a lot more suited to stop the run than the Cowboys. The Cowboys, and I'm glad that I don't have Dustin and Frank in here yet. So for me, this is just I'm telling you, and it's not even a bias thing. I respect anyone that I play regardless. They really do have a crap defense, so they're definitely worth playing against. But if you're in a boat where you're starting either Montgomery or Miles Sanders, that means you have a plethora of options. So if anything, try to use Montgomery in your flex over whoever you currently have in your flex. I wouldn't be against that.
Yeah, I literally have Montgomery at 13 and Sanders at 15. So
yeah, I got to look at mine.
Yeah. So there you go. Welcome back, Jace. We appreciate that. Let us know if you have any other questions, any other of your leagues. We have Hector here. What's up, Hector? Welcome back. Stash Samuel or Bateman in IR. He only has one spot. I have 3 spots, and I'm literally stashing both of these guys in my IR spot. If I had to choose between the two, I would probably hold Bateman. Bateman. We've seen what Lamar can be. He has the better quarterback situation there. I say go Bateman if you can only go one.
I'm going to say Bateman as well, and it's for basically the same reasons. I think that the injury for Bateman is easier for him to come back from than Samuel's coming back from because he took a turn and he's had a rough time. So, you saw the OBJ versus Norman game? Yeah. I've seen a ton of games from there, bro. I saw Mike Vick come back like one of his first times back in MetLife. I saw what's his face? He was our left tackle forever. Broke his leg on versus the Redskins one time. It was downpouring rain. We always went the last game of the year. So little fun tip. If you want the players' locker room or like the entrance, they go over, they sign autographs for everybody. I've gotten pictures with Evan Ingram, Michael Thomas when he was there. I got a signed ball from OBJ, but it's a crap signature. But other than that, it's a fun time. He was a freaking dirtbag, and I hated it.
Justin,
like he literally
with you.
No, I know. His whole thing.
Justin would agree with you.
But he was just an ass about it. And like I stood near a guy that is like a big merchandise guy, gets all the he has all the players sign it and then he goes sells it or does whatever, and he knows everybody. So I was standing next to him. I knew him for a couple of years. Yeah. And I was just like, hey,
you ready?
Frank?
Or you need a second, Frank?
This guy's loud. What's up? No, I'm good.
I'm always loud. Come on now.
I'm trying to adjust Mike's audio. Mike's loud today.
There it is.
If I'm talking about the Giants, I am.
He's excited. He's talking about the Giants.
At that one time.
Yeah, him and Drew were having a big old Giants fest, and you just completely shade on your little Cowboys there for a little bit. So you had to get that jab in there before you came in to represent. But what's up, Frank? How you doing tonight?
We'll be playing enough soon enough. That jabs ain't gonna be.
Yes, sir.
There it is. We get it twice a year. You guys can work that issue out. All right, so we just barely got through. We've been on for almost 25 minutes already. All we did was get through our intro and our Thursday night recap. We've taken a couple questions here for some people. So now we're going to start getting into the game breakdown. So getting into our start sits. So we're going to go kind of game by game. We're going to, kind of fly through this stuff, just kind of letting you guys know who we're starting, who we're sitting. Mike will kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on and where we're at with injuries, as we go through. So when you have your questions, throw them in there and we'll try to get through it here. So first game we have here, Arizona Cardinals at Jacksonville Jaguars. Cardinals are favored by 7.5 in this game. They're expecting an over-under set at 52. So a lot of points in this game. So even with D-Hop, being questionable, I'm sure you're going to get into that here, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we're all probably taking the Cardinals in this game. No question there. Yeah. Even with the 7.5. And
I'm taking it.
Do we see a lot of Kyler Murray in this game? What do you think?
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's been killing it lately. There's no question that he's going to be doing fine. You're playing every Cardinal that you have without, maybe James Conner's the only one that I might fade a little bit, but if they're going to be up, they're going to use them. But beyond that, you're playing Rondale Moore, you're playing Christian Kirk, and especially with DeAndre Hopkins listed as questionable and a game time decision. Right now, actually, they only listed him as a game time decision. They didn't put the questionable tag on him, but either way, he's played through injuries. So a lot of analysts and a lot of people think that he's going to be playing through this particular injury. I'm a little apprehensive to think that he might. And even if he does, he's going to probably be more of a decoy, in my opinion. But at the same time, he could get a decent share. If he's out of there, I mean, that's a good amount of target. That frees up at least 8 targets, for the game, because he averages at least 8 targets a game. So the next guy up would probably be someone like AJ Green. They brought him in for that reason. Oh, Rondale Moore for sure. We have to assume his uptick. His snaps are going to increase for sure. But right now, AJ Green has already seen an uptick in being out on the field. He's been out there pretty much. He's been out there less than Hopkins, but he's been out there the second most in snaps right now. He's averaging 6 yards. He's averaging 6 targets a game. He's only had 5 receptions and 69 yards, but he is still out there, still doing well. I think that if you are in a pinch and you need someone to fill a flex spot that you're unsure of other guys, he's not a bad option. Kyler Murray throws the ball and he's willing to throw the ball. And this Jags defense is just ridiculously bad. The biggest questions for this game beyond DeAndre Hopkins, which we all know, like I said, we're waiting. Thankfully, this is a 1:00 game, so we'll know for sure at 11:30 Eastern. So the biggest questions for me in this is: do you trust James Robinson? And I'm going to throw that to both of you. Do you guys trust James Robinson and playing him if you had the opportunity?
You want to go first on that one, Frank? Or you want me to take it? Because I got to scroll down here.
He's muted. Frank, you're muted, buddy. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Nope. Fix that. You'll come in. We'll let you know. So I'll take it right here. I have actually James Robinson all the way down.
When I'm trying to fix it, guy. How you know?
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Go ahead
You're back. You're back.
Just letting you
all
know.
Right. No, that's cool. I have James Robinson all the way down at RB40.
Oh wow.
I just don't know what's going on with him over there. That might just be a little bit of overstatement. I'm going to go through it a little more here Sunday, Sunday morning. But that was just kind of my initial reaction. Where I was at. I'm not liking what I'm seeing there. They're going to have to throw a lot. So really I'm only probably starting Trevor Lawrence and Marvin Jones on that side of the ball. DJ Chark, if you need to as a flex. But that's pretty much it.
Okay. Fair enough. What do you think, Frank?
Well, James Robinson, I'm looking at my notes here. 10 fantasy points in both games this season, averaging just 11 touches per game this season. Also, which is not very high for running back if you want to start as an RB1. So at best, he's a flex option if you have that willingness to play him and risk it. But yeah, I wouldn't start him. He's not producing enough to show that he's a even at this matchup that they have, you know what I mean? Like that's not a good setup anyway. So I would say.
Yeah, I had that same question last week. I have both James Robinson and Marvin Jones on one of my teams, and I stuck with James Robinson, thinking maybe they might go down a different route, but I was wrong, and it's because they're well behind, and they're just looking for Trevor Lawrence to throw the ball, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but at this point they're being forced to. So.
Yeah, the line's not great, so we'll see.
I have to go with it.
Yeah.
I'm starting Marvin.
Obviously a lot of points there. You could take your chances. Yeah, you're starting Marvin and those guys. So there it is.
So in that same game, what you guys are thinking about Antonio Gibson? Did you mention Antonio Gibson? I couldn't hear you good.
No, he wasn't. He's not in that game.
Yeah, no, that's Washington.
Oh, Washington. Okay.
So we got Indianapolis Colts at Tennessee Titans. We have the Titans favored by 5.5. We have the over under here set at 47.5. So they have it kind of as modest scoring, good amount of scoring that should be here. I just personally, real quickly, we're obviously starting, Derrick Henry here. Obviously, I think they realize they need to, the offense needs to start and end with him. I think once they get him going, then they can start that play action. And that's where Julio and AJ Brown are going to, kind of run rampant. I think you hold steady with AJ Brown.
You have to.
You got to hold with him where you drafted him and the potential that he has. Same thing with Tannehill. So I'm firing pretty much everybody up on the Tennessee side. For me personally, on the Colts side, we'll have to see what's going on with Wentz. I'm sure you're going to get into that here, Mike. But looks like there's a chance for him to play, from what I understand. And interestingly enough, with like two broken ankles, he does not.
I don't get it.
Not play.
He has a high. He has a high and low ankle sprain. So one ankle has a high ankle, the other one has a low ankle. Now the difference is the high ankle definitely hurts more. And yes, he's a quarterback. So can he just stand there? Yeah, of course. But then if you're trying to play, let's just say he's active. All right. You're not playing him. He's not going to produce the way that you want him to. He actually has a decent, rushing floor. So he's definitely not someone you're going to be playing in 2 quarterback leagues. At this point, if he does not play, which right now he's considered questionable and a game time decision based on Frank Reich. He keeps saying that he's not going to rule him out. He's going to make him, see how he feels at game day. But what they have as a option after that is Brett Hundley and Jacob Eason. Do you play a combination of those two like they have been with Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo, using that 2B, they keep saying that they're going to use both. And I'm sitting there like, you got to be kidding me. Either way, this is lowering guys like Pittman and Pascal. You can still play them, but you're not going to get the production. If Wentz plays, I'm going to feel a little bit better about using someone like Pittman. I have both of these guys in one league just because I want to make sure, if one's out, the other tends to do pretty well. So I'm not against playing Pittman, but it's one of those things where they got to throw the ball to somebody. So if you really need to, fill a spot, you're just not going to get the same production. He's definitely lower in my rankings now just because of that.
And what about Hines and
Hines and Jonathan Taylor definitely get an upgrade for this particular matchup. Tennessee has been horrible on defense and has been one of those teams that tends to have, a lot of trouble, especially even on the ground. So I'm okay with playing JT and Hines. I know we told you last week that, Hines was a good play and he kind of crapped the bed. He didn't help me in a lot of scenarios. Thankfully, I ended up winning the one that I had with him in it, and only by catch and 7 yards by Hawkinson, who he didn't get at the end of the game. So I'm lucky that happened. But other than that, I'm okay with playing both of them this week. I think they're going to rely on them to, especially Hines, to dump out to, on flat routes and stuff like that. So
very nice. Yeah. Frank, anything we want to add on that?
Sure, that dude ran the gamut. What do you want me to say after that? That was well said.
You got
well said, not really much to say after that, honestly.
We'll let you lead on this one, Frank. Baltimore Ravens at Detroit Lions. We have the Ravens favored over the lowly Lions by 8. We have an over-under here of 50. So they expect a lot of points here in this game. So Frank, who you liking, who you sitting, who you starting in this game?
Well, I do like Tyson Williams. I think the running back being there is a good start over there. I'm trying to pull up the people in the games right now. Hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Let me get to here. Definitely start Lamar. Sammy Watkins has been doing some things, and Marquise Brown had a really nice game last week. I would continue to start all these guys, just in their respective positions, and obviously wide receiver 1s and wide receiver 2s and so on, so forth. But I think there's going to be production out of those guys. On the other side of the ball, who are we saying?
Whoever you want.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was trying to get at. I was like, hold on. Let me
Oh,
get back
okay.
to that here. Now, what do we got? Quinton Cephas, a recent add-on for many people. I'm not sure if I'm really ready to start that guy. But obviously, if you're hurting at wide receiver 3 option, you know what I mean? Like somebody to
Yeah,
pick up. Amon-Ra Ross
he's
St.
still
Brown.
being targeted.
Yeah, I mean, the wide receiver, he's doing really good. I think Ross St. Brown, I think that's somebody to keep trying to play. I don't think he's getting the score. I'm thinking about sitting DeAndre Swift. I think he's injured. Something's going on with that guy. Feel comfortable starting him. TJ Hawkinson, they would definitely continue starting him because Goff does seem to target him early and often. So that's the run on that side.
Very nice. And before we get into our breakdown, I want to say shout out to Marty.
Yeah, what's going on, Marty?
Switurna. Is he returning or is he a new guy?
I haven't
Marty
seen the
been with us
name,
before?
but it's
So
good to meet
welcome.
you.
Absolutely. Welcome, Marty. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, man. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, typically at 9:30 Pacific, whatever time that is Eastern. It's a good time, whatever that is.
12:30.
There you go, 12:30 Eastern. So hopefully you can join us. But he comes in here and he says Sutton, Gaskins, or Shepard can start one. What do we think? What do we all think? So you
I
got
mean,
Sutton, Gaskins, or Shepard. Mike, who you got?
I'm either going Sutton or Shepard in this particular scenario. I'm a little bit wary. I like Shepard because of how he's been producing. I like what we saw from the Broncos with Sutton, and it's a great matchup against the Jets. So they both have good matchups. Jets against the Broncos Broncos against the Jets and Giants against the Atlanta Falcons. So they're both really good matchups. The over-under is 41, 47 for the Giants. I'm going to be going. Ingram's going to be back, but, Galladay's a little hurt. This is a really tough question for me because I don't want to sound like a homer, but I think I'm going to stick with Sterling Shepard just because he's the safest option out of that group, even though I don't mind Sutton.
Huh? Classic Mike answer goes with the homer pick with Shepard.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going to come in here and tell you, Marty, I'm going with Sutton on this one. Love the matchup. Love what I see with Teddy Bridgewater over there. Obviously, with Jerry Jeudy going down, he's like the de facto number one over there. My man's like, 6'4", 6'5", 2 something. He's that prototypical guy. He's getting more and more confident every week. I believe they peppered him with like 12 targets last game. He caught 9 of them for over, I think he went for like $128 if I recall. Didn't score that touchdown. I think Tim Patrick came in and kind of vultured that one.
Yeah, he
but he has a chance to be that wide receiver one, type guy. So
he had 15.
I'm going with him, especially in the PPR. So again, we usually answer these questions in the PPR mindset. So if it's not, let us know. And we'll adjust.
Never mind. That's all together. Yeah, I mean, I'm not
going
against
to be the
that.
tiebreaker on this.
Frank, where are you at? Oh, you're going to go like Gaskins? Go Gaskins.
No. I'm going to go Sterling Shepard. I think he has the better matchup. I think he's been sleeper status going on. People always forget about him, but he's a regular producer. It's not pretty, but he gets it done. And he got his touchdown. And I think that against Atlanta, he could get another one. So I'd start Shepard.
There it is.
Nice.
All right. So 2-on-1. Make it what you will. We'll be
both are good options.
These guys,
honestly, they're both good options. You're going to be
I'm probably
fine
a little
way.
biased. I actually own Sutton and Shepard, and I
own both.
Them both as well.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I'm starting them both. So if you're not going to go wrong with either one of those.
Absolutely. So what's up?
But
Ian?
notice we all stayed away from Gaskin. So whatever you do, don't go Gaskin because we're either siding with Sutton or Shepard. So.
And I have all three. I have all three of these guys. I have Gaskin and Shepard in one league, and I'm fading. I'm going right to Shepard. So
there it is. So what's up, Ian? He's coming back. I think this is his third or fourth show with us now. He's becoming a regular. We appreciate the interaction. What's up, man? He says, "What up, guys? Javonte or Ruggs this week? Injuries are killing me. They're killing all of us, my guy.
They're killing everybody. I'm going with Williams. I'm going Javonte. He has a better matchup.
I agree. Pretty much Carr's locked on Waller. I do what I saw kind of in week 2 was a little better. He did look for him a little more, but
Anthony's never going to pick a Raider, but
can't do it.
Except for Waller. But either
Can't
way,
do
no. Honestly, Javonte has the better matchup against the Jets. They're going to be up. The game script goes in favor of Javonte. So I'm sticking with them. I think that the Raiders are going to be up on Miami, so they're not going to throw as often. So,
what do you say, Frank?
I'm saying that that's how they're going to get up on Miami is by throwing, and because obviously they can't be running the ball, so he's going to get some catches somewhere or another. Carr's been on fire. I would stick with that. I would run with a hot hand right at this point.
Okay. Breaking the tie.
Going
Oh,
rogue.
no. Well,
So,
having his own.
But yeah,
2-1.
he gave. Well, at least we gave you two different perspectives there. So do what you can, Ian. Good luck to you, man. We're all pulling for you. So let us know how it goes, man. Marty comes back and says, "Thanks, guys, but your answer raised another question."
It's a fair question.
We love it. We love it. Daniel Jones or Teddy Bridgewater this week? Ooh,
it's a great question. I mean,
question.
what is Danny right now? Isn't Danny like isn't he up there right now in fantasy points? Isn't he like the he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's up there.
He's
QB5. Wow.
in 4 point, and he is QB. Where'd he go? 10 and 6 point.
Yeah, and I don't mind.
You can see his rushing up.
Yeah. If you're going to go with in general, because you're saying not necessarily in fantasy, but in general, they both have really good matchups. So I'm not against playing either one of these guys. They both have great matchups, and they're going to, right now I think they might run a little more, just to give Saquon a little bit of a break and you can tell that teams are going to be, going towards that a little bit. Bridgewater can still run too, but I think that they both have great options. So you can pretty much play either one without a problem. But if you're gonna, I'm always gonna swing Daniel Jones just a little bit more, just a tad.
Classic Mike.
Hey man, in this particular scenario, I have the ability to go to Jones. I'm taking it.
He's going with it. All right, man. We appreciate it. Keep it coming. Keep it firing. We're here to help answer.
I'll let
questions.
you know. Bridgewater's the tiebreaker again.
There it is. Oh, my bad. I thought you got it in there. I was over here dying for a second. I didn't know you didn't get it in. I was on a full mute and everything. So my eyes are watery. I'm trying to bring it together here. So we got what up, Tycoon? We got the fantasy boardroom in the house. What up, my guy? Hey, it is better late than never. We're only 43 minutes into this show. If anything's
we're not even done yet.
Yeah, this thing we've only gone through like 2 games,
2 teams,
Tycoon. So
we got a late night.
We'll be here for as long as you want. You can pop in, pop off. We'll be here. Check the descriptions if you're watching this in the morning. We will get the timestamps in there, so at least you can cut to the games. And but we do want to at least give our time to the people here answering their questions. So. And of course, we'll get the Tycoon's opinion as well. He'll definitely be chiming in the chat, answering, giving his opinion on these questions as well. So we have Alfredo Hernandez in here. What's up, Alfredo? I don't know if I've seen.
What up, Alfredo? How you doing, bro?
So welcome to Get Right Fantasy Network, man. Make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 200, man. We'd appreciate the support. Yeah, when we get there, we'll do our giveaways. We're here on Sunday mornings to answer your questions, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, trades, lineup questions, all that good stuff. So he comes here and says, a quick question aside from sit start. I am proposing a trade. Do you think this guy would bite, or am I overdoing it? Sterling Shepard and Jared Cook for Noah Fant and Justin Jefferson.
I don't think you're overdoing it. I mean, right now, that just seems to be the fair price for both of them. It's a little unfair if this was like before before the season started. You could definitely sit there and go, no. So right now, you could probably say yes, just because of Sterling Shepard on the up and Jefferson kind of plateauing a little bit. And right now, the tight ends are pretty much a wash. So I'm pretty good with either one of those. So yeah, give it a try, see what happens.
Classic Mike answer.
Oh, stop with the Sterling Shepard.
Thinks
Stop.
Sterling
Yes,
Shepard is on
every
Justin
time, right?
Jefferson's level. Get out of
Yeah,
here with
I
that
do.
Not
noise,
even
Mike.
close.
Get out of
outta
here
here
with
with
that.
that.
Especially Noah Fant.
no.
He's reaching a little too high. I respect and appreciate the
Nah.
reach and the offer. I think this guy
The
is going to
worst he can say is no.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm about to
I'm
say. The
just telling
dude's
you,
going
he's
to
gonna
reject
decline.
it.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
decline.
you can do it, but I mean, by
Sugarcoat
all
all you
means,
want.
you
He's
can
gonna
shoot
decline.
yeah, you can shoot it all the way.
That's
But if I've
fine.
seen this, I'm hitting a hot no on that one.
See-
At least include
It's
another
worth
player in there, maybe a little more depth, and you might be able to pull it off. But you're going to need a bigger name than Sterling Shepard right now for Justin Jefferson. So he has
So-
too much name value there. I don't think you're going to be able to do it. But we appreciate it,
He's got
man.
better days ahead. Justin Jefferson's
Yeah,
got
no,
better
let
days
us know
ahead.
the rest of the team who you got. We'll definitely help you, put something together. Hit us up on our sleeper on our Twitter at Get Right Fantasy. Send us a screenshot of
It's all in
the teams, the
description. It's all in the
leagues.
description.
Yeah, it's all in there in the description, man. And we'll definitely take this offline and help you put that trade package together, man. And we'll get Justin Jefferson for you, but it's going to take a little more than that.
I laughed at the.
That was good. So Fantasy Boy says, perfect. Now I'm here for the duration. Wife went to bed early. Hey,
Nice.
I might have to shoot him out the link here if you want to
Yeah,
fire
I
up the
know.
studio.
Might as well
man.
have
We'll
him
just
come in.
Might as well have you get in here. We need to get our four-person box created. So anybody out
Boss
there
man
in
fat.
Get Right Land knows how to put these overlays together. Let us know, man, and we can help you design a four-person box. We need one.
Right.
So anyway, Boss Man Fat. Who should I start? in
Remember
my
the big
flex
boss
plays?
man? Just
Yeah, from wrestling. No, he's my favorite. Who should I start in the flex in place of Deontay? Tyler Boyd or Melvin Gordon?
Oof, both are good matchups. And I definitely like that Boyd. I like Boyd right now just because T. Higgins is going to be
out.
doubtful. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he's doubtful, but
He'll
he'll probably be out. So I'm liking both of these, to be honest. I mean, I'm not against either one of them, but I'm gonna.
I'd say if
I'm
you're
gonna.
shooting for the fences, I'm gonna answer it like this while
Yeah.
you're fumbling
No.
around for it. No, I'm just messing with you.
No, say it because it's exactly.
You know what I'm
thinking.
trying to say. You
Go
know
ahead.
how I like to
Yeah.
answer these. If
Yeah.
you're going for the upside, you're playing Boyd, especially in a PPR. If
Yep.
you need the floor and the safe play, go with Melvin Gordon. He's going to get 12 to maybe 15 touches max.
Yeah.
Depending how it's going, he's splitting right down the middle with Williams right now. It is a favorable
It's
matchup.
PPR.
You're hoping he breaks another 70-yarder. It could very well happen. But same thing could happen with Boyd. He can easily break one and get in the end zone as well. So,
and he's saying this is full PPR. I'm going Tyler Boyd for sure.
there it is. So
If it's full PPR, you're definitely
Yeah,
going Tyler Boyd.
I go
'cause
Boyd.
He's going to get those.
As
Yeah.
long as Higgins is out, go Boyd. If
For sure.
If for some reason Higgins plays, then go Gordon.
And we're going to get to it when we get to that game, but right now it's showing that he's going to be doubtful and probably not there, and he's having a shoulder issue, so he's probably not going to play. I'm sticking with that. What do you think, Frank?
Even if he does play, he's obviously going to be limited because he's injured. So,
Agreed.
So that gives the edge because of PPR status. I agree with Anthony what he mentioned. Hey, you got to get lucky with Gordon run off another 70-yard run. That's basically inflating the stats. If he didn't have that, you'd not be happy with the guy. So definitely go with Boyd for the upside in a PPR league.
Yeah, for sure.
Where are we at?
Oh, here we go. Hold on. My bad. So I traded after week one Antonio Brown for Melvin Gordon. What do you think? I don't think you sold high enough on Antonio Brown. But again, sometimes the best trade you can get is the one that is willing to be made. Just because you should be able to get more for somebody doesn't mean you can in your specific league. So if that was the offer you were able to get and you explored some other options, didn't get any bites. If you needed a running back and you were, had deep receivers, then, I like it.
Not a bad option.
It's nice to have a little depth because anything happens to Williams, now he's up there in that, mid-range to high in RB2 status. So, it's there.
It's always nice to have those RBBC committees. At some point, some of the guys that actually do produce, like Nick Chubb and help me out. I always forget the guys' big Bill's names here.
Yeah, and same thing. Tycoon's agreeing with us there.
Yeah, so you get the idea. Like it's almost like
Yeah.
handcuffing, but at least you got a guy that actually scores. Like right now,
Exactly.
Tony Pollard's hella hot with Zeke Elliott. You know what I mean? Like you're already willing to start Tony Pollard as a flex, so it's kind of the same situation. You know?
Right. And we're just seeing this more and more now, especially with 17 games and just,
Yeah.
with the way injuries are happening, you have to have two guys that you're confident, with your offense. So you're going to make sure they have, the time there. So yeah. So too many targets, Tampa, he's too boomer bust to start.
Yeah, I
And
can
that's
agree
why
with
you try
that.
to look on, and that's why you want to sell high. And that's why he was a sell high, candidate. So Alfredo saying he appreciates it. So we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course.
Hope you hit that subscribe button for us, man. We appreciate that. And he said, "Oh, good point, guys. I forgot that T was doubtful. We got it,
Yes,
man.
sir.
We know these things slip through.
Check out
man.
the
We know
channel,
you're
man.
doing
I
all of
post
it.
all night. I
Yeah,
post all day.
Yeah, we got all the
Sleeper
sleeper
or what?
notifications for you.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
That's
We
why
have
I
our
post all
injury.
day, minutes before. I post within the second of getting the information at any time that I can. If I can get it out to you guys
Let's
before
go.
anybody else, I will. We're working on something in the background, but at the same time, it is I do my best to make sure you guys are doing, getting what you can. So
Absolutely, man. And Boss Man Fat, welcome to
thanks,
the Get
man.
Right community, my friend. Hit
Yeah,
that description.
we're gonna get to
Make
that
sure you
200
get in there.
subscriber giveaway pretty soon.
Absolutely,
sir.
man.
I'm
There
excited.
it is, baby. Hey, and while you're at it, boss man, make sure you go over and check out the fantasy boardroom. That's our boy Tycoon. That's in there helping answering your questions as well. He's our dynasty guy, man. He knows a lot about it in there. So make sure you check out his channel as well, too, man. So
Yeah,
we
for
have
sure.
we have a big community here, man. We bring in a lot of experts to help you guys get right, man, for the season. So
Yeah, sure.
there it is. So yeah, but everyone who is on
So what game
Sleeper
we got
definitely
next?
be on the Get Right channel for Mike's injury update. And Mike beats Sleeper's update. So if you want it,
I do
go in
my
the
best.
community,
Yeah.
and we usually probably I'd say 8 times out of 10 we're going to get that
Yeah.
injury news out to you quicker than what Sleeper does. So
Yeah,
and
at
look
least,
this,
yeah.
and this is a testimonial right here. He said I went generous and said 80. He went and said 90.
At least.
So there it
yeah.
is, right there in the chat.
And
He's on it.
I even get those little ones like we're going to be getting into the Baltimore game a little bit. Oh, we're talking about the Baltimore game. But one thing I didn't get to bring up in that game is that Ronnie Stanley is out in that particular game. That does not look good for somebody like Lamar Jackson when it comes to throwing the ball. He'll probably run it a little more and his floor will be a little high. But at the end of the day, his left tackle is out. That's not a good thing, and he's a Pro Bowl tackle. So definitely something to keep an eye on for that. And we didn't get to go through all the fun injuries in that game. Tyrell Williams, we know, is on IR. So they're going to be running through Hawkinson. So, Cyphus is another one, but that's only if you're in like a 14 to 16 team league where you might roll with him. Hollywood Brown is definitely coming. He returned to practice today, so he's questionable, but it looks like he's going to be closer to a game time decision. So make sure you keep an eye on that in the morning. They'll, say if he's active or not. And if he's in, I'm playing him. Sorry, had to get through all that.
No, you're good. You're good. Hey, that's why we're here, man. We got to bring the people the information.
Oh, we got another guy.
What they need. So hold on. Before we get to the new person, hold on there. Bam, I think it's Bamboo. We see you there. We're gonna get to your question here. Alfredo says, in that case, start or sit Jared Cook or Bobby Tunyon in full PPR.
Ooh, I like that question. I'm probably gonna go with Tunyon. I like the matchup better against San Francisco. And it's a higher is it a higher over under?
I saw Jared Cook actually get a catch where he had actually some yak. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see that one catch? I was like, shocked. I was like, oh my God, he actually can run after the catch.
They're gonna have Tyrod Matthew on him. So I'm a little nervous to play him. Yeah. I'm a little bit more on the Tunyon side just because San Francisco's defense is a little banged up right now. So I think that they're the better target to go to.
San Francisco's always banged up. Get out of here.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, so Bamboo, what's up? Welcome to the channel.
What's up?
Bamboo comes in here and says, should I start?
So I'm going to go opposite you guys with that.
Oh,
I'm going to go with Jared on that guy. Sorry. I gotta get my
No,
bid
you're
in.
good. My bad, dude.
You
I'm
fasten me up, man.
just
I'm like at the bottom for
no,
whatever reason.
no, it's okay. I'm trying to go back and forth. Like we got a new person, so I was trying to get them in
Yeah,
there
we were.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So it's
exciting,
just
man. We
because
got a
the
lot going
Jared
on.
Cook situation. I literally read an article today saying that the Chargers may hand KC their second loss, and there's some possibilities there. The Chargers basically shot themselves in the foot in the end zone a couple times last week, and they should have scored more.
Yeah.
That being said, there as a PPR league that he's got, I think that Jared Cook is a better option versus Robert Tonyan, only because he does get some nice targets from Aaron Rodgers, but obviously we all know they all mostly go to Adams, and I don't think he has enough of that share.
Nice.
Fair.
Very nice.
That's fair. I like Jared Cook. I like the matchup better.
Yeah, there it is. All right. So good luck to you there, Alfredo. Keep the questions coming, my guy. We have a Bamboo here.
We have a couple more.
Yeah. Should I start Montgomery or Julio in my flex non PPR?
Wow.
I'm going Montgomery there in a non PPR.
Yeah.
So just a
If
quick answer there.
Oh, not PPR. Yeah, I'm going Montgomery.
What about you, Frank?
Same thing.
Trifecta?
Montgomery.
All right, there it is.
for sure.
Throw Montgomery in there. I have him easily as my RB2 in several leagues. So if you have the luxury to put him in your flex, throw him in there. We have here Marty, thoughts on our Panthers running back with CMC injury, probably talking about Chuba Hubbard. Go back and check out the beginning of the show. We probably went on for about 10 minutes about that situation and
pick up Chuba Hubbard.
So pick him up. We talk about Fab, how much to spend, all that stuff. Stay with us live. Go back and watch that later. It's there. But keep the questions coming. So we have Boss Man saying, do you think Jason Sanders and the Saints defense is worth keeping if they underperform? Do you guys suggest streaming defenses? Frank, what do you say? I'm going to go with Frank first. So
that's fine. I got a couple more.
I'm sorry, I missed the question. I went forward on this other one. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You're getting lost in the chat too. I know we got to catch up with all these.
Yeah, I moved forward.
Keep him coming.
I moved forward onto this because he was replying to the last one, so that's why I was going to go to that real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
So keep it relevant so that we don't go backwards. Anyways, these agree
right,
with
good call.
Anyways, go along.
There you go.
So do you think Jason Sanders and Saints defense is worth keeping? They keep performing just streaming defenses. I would stream.
Yeah, I'm not against streaming if you can find, if Arizona's out there this week, if Baltimore is out there, I would definitely.
I already dropped Jason
even the
Sanders,
Titans.
I already dropped Sanders,
really.
and I picked up the Arizona kicker. I forgot his name.
Zane Gonzalez. Okay. That's not a bad choice either. I like those. If Matt Gay's available, or it's basically, I would love to know more of what kickers are available to help you, to determine it. 10 and 12 teams are a lot different when it comes to the kickers. But it's based on who's really available in your particular league to pick up. So if you want to answer that for us down a little, we'll get to that. And I'll definitely, I love kickers and I love defense. So I can try to help you out with that particular thing once we get down there.
Mike's definitely your guy for kickers and defenses.
Yeah.
You guys know how I feel about those guys. Just pick one up. If he has a foot and he's active, just throw one in there. It doesn't matter. Just as long as
the
there's
way
a
I
high
look at it,
over-under, just get him in there.
Arizona's offense is scoring pretty good right now, so go with the guy that may have more options of picking. That's the way I look at him. Like whatever team's scoring, like who's on a high scoring offense, and try to get their kicker. Literally, that's
Boss Man's agreeing with me here that the fact that he has Montgomery and Julio as
I was thinking the same thing
is ridiculous. So I caught that too. We have Hector here saying pick one.
Could be a 10-team league.
Or Tony Jones. I like Tony Jones there just because that offense runs around the running back, is involved a lot more than the running back in that Kansas City offense. If CEH goes down, I don't think Kansas City skips another beat. They're just going to throw a guy in there. And they're just going to keep doing.
I'm going to say Darrell Williams did get the touchdown in the last game, though.
Yeah, he's going to. He'll get an occasional touchdown here and there, but Mahomes is the quarterback one for a reason. Kelsey's tight end one for a reason.
I'm going Williams,
wide receiver one. So, but there it is. So I'm outnumbered. We'll see how it works. I'm just saying. Kamara goes down. Tony Jones is going to give you a lot more production than I think if. CH goes down. That's just me, apparently.
No,
hey,
I
here's
think
what
you're
it is.
get way
it's all
more
good.
than Williams, dude.
It's all good. So,
I don't
and he
think
said
that dude,
flex
I
options.
don't
I
think
should
Jones
say.
is anything like Kamara, and the situation's rough over there in New Orleans right now. You've seen what we had a great game and then a flop. You know what I mean? Like what's going on with New Orleans, right? That's the way
Right.
I look at it.
I don't hate these kickers.
Yeah, I'd probably go either Crosby or maybe Gano. I'd kind
I
of
was
stay
gonna.
away from Boswell just because the
Your
Big Ben
Gano's your
Deontay's
Gano.
not there. We'll. I might go with Crosby there, just in case.
I'm aiming more towards Gano and mate. It's Gano or Blankenship to me.
Oh, there's
But
another
but
option.
Blankenship is going to have a rougher game. I think Gano might be your better option. Giants tend to get down to at least the 40 or 30, and they're able to kick the field goal. So I'm a little bit higher on Gano, and he had a 22-point game last week. So definitely worth
Absolutely, buddy.
grabbing.
You guys are talking
Absolutely,
crazy. I'll take Suckup, who's on Tampa Bay, who's going to get
Ew.
more scoring
They're-
opportunity. Again, they get score more than these other teams. So that's what I'm
That
looking
that game is going to be a low scoring defensive game. I just don't see it. It's the only thing that I'm going to
thinking
give
rest
that
of the
particular.
season.
Oh, rest of
just
season, then
one game.
yeah.
I'm
If
thinking
you're going rest of season, then yeah. If you're streaming, I'm going Gano. But if you're rest of the season, I would go suck up. But this particular matchup, the only thing that I'll give is that it's indoors, so at least that's one thing. I try to at least target kickers that are indoors in decent matchups.
Hey, boss
Uh,
man, full disclosure, don't listen to me about
Anthony
kickers,
likes
man.
that.
So it's whatever, dude.
Just pick one of
It's
those guys
whatever,
up
man.
and go with it.
Just grab him and go with it. Marty's
Yeah.
saying drop
Tony
Lat Murray for
Suck
Chuba
rest of the
Hubbard.
season.
Absolutely,
10.
Marty, you got to do that right now. Drop Lat Murray. No one's probably going to pick him up, obviously, depending on your league, but I doubt someone's picking him up. If you have a chance to get Hubbard, get him, sell him to the McCaffrey
Ooh.
owner, and then get yourself
Oh,
a nice
Murray.
piece, and then go pick Murray back up. Looks like fantasy boardroom's agreeing with us there, or at least with Marty
Which
there.
part?
He's saying he would drop him. So
He would drop him, yeah.
yeah.
And Alfredo's question, I'm going to answer this really quick. Raiders, just go grab them now.
Yeah.
Raider. You
Yeah,
must
Were we
listen.
not talking crap on their defense earlier in the season? Or
No,
It
they
is.
should. Honestly,
Actually
you should be
playing all right
grabbing them
today.
any chance you get.
There it is.
So
Oh yeah, he's from the Bay. He
is
knows
that
what's up with
bamboo
that.
or Bambi? I can't even see that. No offense.
this is bamboo. You're right. It's bamboo.
Okay, good.
There's
And I
zeros
didn't mean
or
any
something.
offense by that. Yeah, I was like, I'm just blind, dude. You see the glasses, so that's all that was. Said thanks. I should have known better.
Yeah,
And
it's
yes,
10-man
it's a
league. I
10-man
told you that.
league. But
Yeah.
one more question: should I start Tanyan or Fant? I say
Fant.
Fant. There it
Fant.
is. Frank, trifecta on that one.
Is it four-
Me
four-
personally, Tanyan facing Niners seems a more favorable matchup than Fant at the Jets.
No, Fant's a better option against the Jets. They're just gonna steamroll them.
I'm thinking Tanyan.
There it is. We're never going to agree here. Very
That's
rarely,
good.
we're going to all three agree.
Yes,
But it's nice
yeah.
when we have at least three of us here.
For right
Jason
now, I would be
Standard is a
dropping.
definite drop.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a
been
great
dropped in
kicker.
so many leagues, it's ridiculous.
He's a great kicker, but that offense can't run through Brissett. And I would pick him up again when you know that Tua is coming back. That's when I would grab him. But
right.
I'd wait even then.
All right. So drop track as Patrick or wait and
waste
see
your
one
moves.
game. I picked him up in one league just to kind of see what happens. Dude's like what 6'3".
yeah, 6'3",
something.
230. Yeah,
So
I
mean,
like that.
That might be what the Niners
love
need. Somebody who could
that.
take a little punishment, maybe. So
Dude, that's like
they're going
Derrick
to get
Henry,
away
man.
from the speed because speed kills. Obviously, that should be the theme
because
of the Niners backfield. We got all these guys that can fly around.
but if
They
you
have
really
these
think about
collisions.
it, all their guys are like 5'10" and like 200 pounds, and they don't last in the NFL. You need guys like Derrick Henry to last. So I would wait just wait this week and then drop him next week because he'll probably not be used as much as you think.
Yeah. So Tycoon saying
Because Green Bay
why
doesn't
would
have a good defense.
No, it's because
the
the
other way around.
49ers don't have a good defense. And they do have a decent defense. Fred Warner is not bad on the outside with Greenlawn. But at the same time, I just
Tycoon's
don't.
saying they have the best linebacker in the
Yeah.
NFL, and Fred Warner, he will be.
I wouldn't say the best, but I think Fred Warner is one of the top 5 in middle
the top
linebacker.
one. Tycoon, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Sorry,
We're here.
brother. Sorry, I can't agree with that. As much as I actually really I like Fred Warner
He's a beast, man.
But unfortunately, as much as he's a good cover, and I'm not disagreeing with that point. I mean, in that particular, if you're choosing between Tunyon and that, then I'm picking Fant. But if you're going Tunyon and Jared Cook, it's a throw up for me. In that, I might lean Cook, but I know I said Tunyon before, but I have to think about it.
Saying. Hey, you don't have to tell me, Tycoon.
They have a bad secondary. They don't have a bad run defense.
Up and close. And Boss Man saying 0 points last week. Yeah, and that's why we're saying Sanders is being dropped. So you can definitely get away from him there. And again, it hates to say it too, but I literally started looking at kickers today too. And I had Blankenship. So I'm right there with you. So, but Mike, you think the Niners have a bad defense? We're not.
No. Hey, bad secondary.
Don't let this Giants fan troll you. He's just being.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. No. I'm going to be the first one to say that my Giants offense sucked. But at the same time, 49ers defense is weak in the secondary. They're not bad at their line. They're very good at their linebacker position. They let go of a lot of big people, a lot of really good defensive line players. Yeah, and of course you're injured.
And that's what he's saying. Yeah.
No, sorry.
You did mention that at the beginning before you went on that tirade. So.
All I'm saying is that I can name at least 3
better. What he's saying is they're currently bad.
Blasphemy. Yeah, blasphemy.
I can name at least 3 better cover corners cover linebackers than Fred Warner.
And we don't want to hear him. All right. Yeah. So here we
go.
Exactly. Moving on. So safeties are.
We're on Washington.
But the QB
right,
suck.
Moving
there
on.
You go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. We agree. There you go. Way to defend it, baby. Let's go. Niners in the house. Anyway.
Gotta be unbiased, man.
Exactly. So we got a next game here. Again, hit it with the timestamps. Hopefully you joined us. Washington football team at the Buffalo Bills. We have the Bills favored by 7, 45.5 point over under. 2 great defenses going against a pretty good offense and an interesting offense, to say the least. They showed us a little bit there on Thursday night. Granted, it was against the Giants, but Heineke looked kind of serviceable. So what are you thinking here? We'll go to Frank since he was mentioning Antonio Gibson earlier. It doesn't look like he's listed with that shoulder injury anymore, so he looks like he's ready to roll. So Frank, who do you like starting and who do you like to sit in this game?
I do have Antonio Gibson and a couple shares of him actually, and I just don't feel comfortable starting him, but I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to roll the dice with him again because, you start your starters and you start getting cute thinking that you have a guy on the bench that's better than your actual starter, and then you go and find out that you should have just left them in and, dealt with it. Sometimes there's up and downs with every player, so you got to roll with it, roll with the punches. Also starting, Scary Terry. Heineke's actually getting it done, kind of, sort of. You know what I mean? So I'm not too scared of that. Logan Thomas is doing pretty good with them as well. So I would still roll with the main starters over there in Washington. Now, as far as hold on, let me try to pull up the rest of the teams here. Sorry.
It's all right. While you're thinking about that, what are your feelings on some of the extremity guys like J.D. McKissick and De'Ami Brown? Do you think any of those guys are going to be relevant in this game?
McKissick is kind of one of those guys that just sneaking in here. I don't think he's going to continue to be relevant, and that's why I'm hoping that that Gibson has a good game. You know what I mean? I think it's just a flash in the pan at this point, and I think everything will get right in the universe. Gibson will be the number one guy like he was last year and get straightened out.
Nice. All right, what are you thinking, Mike?
So I saw this question pop up, so I'm going to just bring it up real quick.
Nice.
Is Beasley or Emmanuel Sanders looking better season long? Honestly, for this particular question, I love Beasley. He's just a PPR machine. Sanders is doing well with the deep targets and stuff, so he's definitely spreading the ball out a little more. They still have Gabe Davis there. So him and Gabe Davis kind of are the same type of player that can open and spread the field out a little bit. So if, Davis is out, then Sanders is viable and vice versa. But Cole Beasley seems to be the consistent. So for me, season long, I see Cole Beasley being the better option for that particular team. For this game, I mean,
I agree. Just to get that in there. Frank?
Yeah.
No big explanation, just one or the other?
Yeah, I'm picking Sanders over Beasley.
All right.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Beasley's got injury problems and whatnot. Enough said with that. And I think Sanders is on the rise.
Very nice. All right, so there it is. We got 2-1 on that one. Good luck to you there, Marty. Keep the questions coming. Go ahead. So finish up this breakdown. Washington at Bills.
Basically, I mean, Washington's coming off and I know, and you're going to keep going off the Homer narrative and all that stuff, but they played a poor game against the Giants. The Giants, this game, they were favored. They should have won this game well more than just a fluke field goal and a blown offsides call. There were 30 more offsides calls during the Panthers game that we saw that were blatant compared to that Dexter Lawrence play. I think it was ridiculous. They should have lost that game. But either way, they played a very poor game against a Giants team that didn't look good to begin with. So to be honest, I'm a little worried of their particular defense, calling it elite. They're not bad at all. They are that front group is elite. I mean, they have first round picks all over that particular front line. We know that Gibson is good to go. He did have a shoulder injury throughout the week, but he practiced. He's good. There aren't any big injuries for the Bills, so we don't have to worry about injuries in this game. The only thing that I'm worried about is McLaurin going against Tre'Davious White. That's kind of a big matchup, but we did see what he did against James Bradbury, who actually is a very, up in that echelon with Tre'Davious White. So I'm still starting McLaurin. I might have lower expectations, but he might upset you. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that particular, thing goes. They're predicting this to be a low scoring game. I mean, 45.5 points for the over under is low. So they're thinking three touchdowns apiece. I'm at the point where I'm going, I'm definitely going to be starting Gibson, McLaurin. I'm not going to start Heineke unless I have to. I'm starting Allen. I'm starting Diggs. I'm starting Gibson, or not Gibson. I'm starting Beasley. You have to start Singletary because in most leagues, if you're playing him, you have no other choices.
Coming off two touchdowns.
Moss, yeah, but it was all gameplay. He's coming back. I don't know. I don't know how. Yeah, he's a goal line back that will vulture. So I'm a little in between on that right now. But yeah, that's how I feel too. I did want to get this one down.
Oh, yeah. I'm way.
I wanted to answer this real
quick.
Came in
before that, but go ahead.
Yeah, I saw this up and I just
wanted
to answer it.
Question you guys need to take.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
No, I'm just messing.
But I'm not against starting the Ravens. I mean, I understand starting the Saints D against Mac Jones is not a bad option because he's a rookie, and Lattimore is in and he will be active for this game, so that's a good thing. It kind of drops on Jacoby Myers a little bit, but I'm still I'd be a little bit more comfortable playing the Ravens over the Saints D. And I also think the Ravens have a better schedule, moving forward, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check real quick. I remember looking and thinking, because in one of my leagues, I'm looking to actually do that. I might actually be doing it as we're on the air to be grabbing them. So
move. You're right in his wheelhouse right there, boss man. You guys are doing the same thing. Hopefully you're not in the same league, or is he about to snake you right now on the air?
No, he ain't doing that.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to get to Jace here. Said he just came back. Welcome back, my friend. What are your thoughts for Kittle and Kamara this week? We will get into those games here soon, so we will definitely let you know when we get to those breakdowns.
They're actually next with Kamara, so we can definitely break it down now.
We're going to get into it. So hold on. We got is Cole Beasley.
We just answered that
one, and then for Bill, obviously. Okay. All right. So we are caught up there. So we'll get into it here. We can get the boom timestamp right in here. New Orleans Saints at New England Patriots. We have finally a close game. The Pats favored only by 2.5 at home. Normally that goes to 3, so that tells you they're thinking the Saints may come in here and seem to be a little better here. They're expecting only 42.5 points in this game. Is where the over under is set. Frank, what are your thoughts on Kamara?
Well,
Are
I
we
don't know.
starting him against this Patriot D?
I don't know if it, obviously it affected the last game, or maybe that's what it was. But having all that coaching staff out for the Saints on COVID, you know, maybe that's what happened in that game, and we went from a high to a low that we seen in New Orleans, right? So hopefully, with the
Don't forget
coaching
that.
staff
Yeah.
back, that will help the whole right the ship back up again, and I think it will be a closer game. I'm definitely continuing to start Alvin Kamara. You just got to roll with it. Again, as I mentioned earlier, sometimes players have bad games by either by game script or matchup, but you got to keep starting your starters because you don't that one game and he goes off for 4 or 5 touchdowns and you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot. So Marcus Callaway, I think we already walked away from him. Deontay Harris is still
Yeah.
good. I think um, I had high hopes for Jawan Johnson. I picked him up, but not.
Since
This
dropped him,
last
I
game
think.
was like obviously huh?
Have you dropped him though since? Or are you still holding on to him?
No, because I'm holding on to him because I think that that whole coaching situation and everything that had in the last game was a fluke. We'll
Okay.
find out soon enough. Obviously, with this
Nice.
game, right? Like that's what we're going to see when they play New England. Which I mean, with the rookie quarterback over there in New England side, I mean, it kind of lends to a better outing for New Orleans, right? And the defense that we've seen in that last game. But we'll see what Mac Jones can do over there. I still like Damian Harris over there. It's a toss up between Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith at this point. But James White seems to be the guy that to up and coming seems to be the drop off guy for Mac Jones to just dump off to that dude. So that's another good start right there as well.
Yeah. Just real quick before you get into it, James White and PPR RB13 right now
Yeah,
in
pick him
PPR.
up.
So
Yeah.
if he's out there for some reason, maybe in a 10
Oh
team
yeah.
league,
Oh, I
uh,
tried getting him in one league and I couldn't get him. So
yeah.
He didn't get
So
drafted in
anyway,
many leagues though. That I just got to say that, right? Like
no,
he
yeah,
wasn't
he
like
was
a high
kind of there.
draft pick.
Yeah. So
yeah,
just
he
keep
was
an eye
bottom.
out for him. Yeah. So go ahead, Mike. I just kind of wanted to throw that in there. Little
Yeah, no,
tidbit.
I mean
Let me know
both
what you
teams are coming in. They're both coming in healthy. They're both coming off. At least the Saints are coming off a poor outing versus the
Performance,
Panthers.
yeah.
Yeah, and the New England came in and just destroyed the Jets against Zach Wilson. So that was just it was just brutal to watch. Right now, I mean, James, like you said, James White is probably the best option for that particular team. I mean, you're still starting Damian Harris
absolutely.
at running back. If you have James White too, you
He's
could
even
probably play
creeping in
both.
the PPR. He's even creeping
Yeah,
up there.
yeah, for
He has a
sure.
nice RB.
I mean, Jacoby Myers, like I just said, I said a little while ago. I mean, he's definitely going to have to drop a little bit with Marshawn Lattimore coming in. I mean, he is another one of those guys in that echelon of Tre'Davious White and Bradbury. I mean, they are true shutdown corners. But it's someone that he can rely on. Sneaky little start might be someone like, Jonnu Smith, but I would only maybe play him in daily, and that's if I would play him in daily. Because Demario Davis is one of those other really good cover linebackers. Maybe not as good as Fred Warner, but he's still up there and does well against the against tight ends. Jovan Johnson, I would drop him now if you had a spot. He's not worth keeping up. He's played 18 snaps. For any game. I know he has the 2 touchdowns, but he's just not viable. None of the tight ends on the Saints are viable, even with Jameis Winston there. Jameis Winston has never been that tight end guy. If you couldn't tell from a couple seasons ago, even when he had OJ Howard and all those guys, he never really targeted them. He always went to Godwin and Evans and stuck with them. So I'm not really. I'm starting to fade Troutman. Unfortunately, I really liked his scenario. I'm upset that he's no longer an option. It's sad. He had such a great opportunity and all these things for him, I'm very upset that he, fell out of my favor. But it is what it is.
Nice. I want to get to
I'm
this
still
here
holding
from
on to
Marty.
one.
Yeah.
I got Cousins right now. Top available. Top QBs available are Carr, Daniel
Ooh.
Jones, Ben Roethlisberger, Matt Ryan, and such. Should I stick with Cousins or switch it up?
Ooh, that's a great
Looking
question.
forward. So obviously we have Kirk Cousins right now sitting at QB 7 overall.
Wow.
In a 6-point per passing league. Has 2 pretty solid games. Over 22 points each game, 22 and 25. And I'd say he probably still hasn't even really played that great of a game yet. We haven't seen Justin Jefferson completely pop yet. I'm going to take a look at the schedule here and see what they have kind of coming up because he is kind of asking rest of the season here. But Mike, what are you thinking on this one?
Rest of the season. I mean, I'm going to stick with Cousins if it's rest of the season. If you're looking for this week, maybe Carr is the better option, but not like by far. Carr has been improving. I love Daniel Jones in general. He's been showing a lot better, even though he's still a underwhelming QB. You can't trust Matt Ryan, and as much as I like Matt Ryan, I can't trust him yet. We definitely saw a dip in production with Julio gone, and as much as we want to think that it will be okay with Calvin Ridley there, it's probably not. And right now, Pitts hasn't really taken over that particular position. He's doing well, but not. He hasn't taken what we,
Stay away
thought.
from Matt Ryan. I'm telling you that right now.
But
Go back and watch our other shows there, Marty, and you'll know I've been telling people to stay away from Matt Ryan since
right now
since we started this channel.
I'm fine with Cousins.
There you go. So he's saying I drafted QBs towards the end. If you can't tell,
Yeah.
we can definitely.
It's
tell.
a smart move. Smart move.
Yeah, and you're fine, and that's why you have guys kind of all around that range, and you might have to kind of just play the matchups there. So what do you think?
I'd say take a shot between Carr and Big Ben. Those
are season.
Like
even with the pec injury. Even with that pec injury,
has been played injured like damn near his whole career, dude.
He said when
that pec injury is going it's not his throwing pec.
No,
anyway.
but you understand that everything is connected in a way. So even if he does, he has to reach.
Connected to the leg bone and all that.
He doesn't even care.
That dude's a beast.
I'm telling you, brother. I'm telling you, man. It's not worth it. He's gonna re-aggravate it. He's an old man. It's gonna happen. He gets hit once, he's done.
There it is, Marty. You heard it there.
We have that does happen. I've been waiting to pick up his backup, and I think he'll be excellent.
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. Ew.
No, not Mason Rudolph. I don't think he's gonna be his backup.
Helmet gate.
Who's his backup?
Let me look up.
Oh my God, Dwayne Haskins, really?
Haskins, nah, get out of here.
I think Haskins is going to.
All right, so Alfredo. We're going to get to. We digress.
Yeah, we got to.
What is Melvin Gordon's value right now?
Wow.
We kind of talked about that, a little while back.
He's RB10.
He's definitely his stock is going down. We all expect kind of Williams to take over the backfield, but again, we mentioned it in that part. If he does get hurt, meaning Williams gets hurt, then it's Melvin's backfield, and you're talking 20 touches a game, and he's been productive so far. They have a legitimate QB threat now in a passing game, so it might just be a hold. I don't think you can get much for him. So anyway, we won't all get into that one. He doesn't need 3 different takes on that. Quickly here, just trying to get through this stuff. Real quickly, Gordon or Gainwell?
Gainwell.
What about you, Frank? Gordon or Gainwell?
Gainwell.
And I'm there with you as well. I say Gainwell, more potential. We have Devontae Smith, Tyson Williams, or Mike Davis in the flex in a half PPR league.
Tyson Williams.
Tyson.
Without even thinking about it.
I will go with Tyson as well.
Think about the rest of the guys. Well, we did think about it. That's why we chose Tyson Williams.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind Devontae Smith, but Tyson has a freaking awesome matchup. I'm going Tyson.
There it is.
What's up, Brooks?
What up? What up?
Yo, what up, Seven?
What up? 7 Rings is in the building. Our resident New England Patriots fan. We just finished the Patriots game, actually. So you'll have to rewind it once we're done here. Stay with us live now. He says he's glad he didn't miss it. Pick 1 running back and 1 flex. We have so let's start with running backs. We have Miles Sanders, Damian Harris, Tyson Williams. Who are you taking for that running back?
Again, for this week, Tyson Williams.
Tyson, Mike?
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go Sanders. I think here.
Yeah.
Um,
I like Tyson. He has a better matchup. I like the Cowboys matchup too, but I like Tyson better. He looks good.
yeah, I'm going Sanders on
He's
that
got
one
it.
just quickly. So then he's saying now we have a flex spot. So we
Rondale
have
Moore.
your remaining running backs that you didn't pick, Rondale Moore. I'm
Rondale
pretty much
Moore.
going Rondale Moore in that, especially if D Hop is inactive,
Yeah.
which we kind of
Even if
covered
he's
in the
active,
early game.
just I'm picking
Might as
him.
well throw him in there too. So there it is. What up, Brooks?
He
Seven
wanted
rings in the building.
he wanted Justin Fields or Jameis Winston.
Oh,
as
my
well.
bad. Look at that. Also pick Justin. Man, he's asking a lot out of us.
He's doing it.
We know he likes and subscribe. He's here.
Is he
Let's
doing
go.
DFS? Is that what this is?
I know, right? We're
Yeah, I was
setting
just
this all
gonna say.
DFS lineup here. We do it all though, baby. This is what we do. So he's saying, do we roll with Justin Fields here, or do we stick with Jameis Winston? Who you feel more comfortable with this week? Quickly,
Neither.
pick one.
I like Justin
Jameis
Fields
Winston.
because of his rushing floor. Yeah, I can't. That New England defense is decent, and they're probably going to be. I mean, I
I'm
don't
gonna
like
give
their
you my
receivers.
quick answer here.
I'm going Justin Fields.
If it's 4 point, go
I
Justin
think even
Fields. If
garbage
it's 6
time,
point,
it'll
go.
do for
Jameis.
Jameis Winston.
There
You
it
can't
is.
rely on garbage time though.
You always can. It's still part of the game.
Yeah,
It is, but you can't
48
rely on it.
it's still.
So Marty's saying he loves it. We appreciate it, man. He's also repping the Haskins horn here, saying he deserves another shot. So good shout out. There it is.
I'm gonna stick with
Boardroom
Fields.
says it's Fields.
Yeah.
There it is. I know he's not too big of a Winston fan there. He said that is his.
Oh, this isn't Superflex.
league. Okay.
Oh, then yeah, I might stick with Fields. Yeah.
Yeah. So he said it's Superflex. So we
What's
have
going on,
Greg. Greg. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, that's tough. We're gonna say Greg C. Welcome to the channel, my guy.
Yeah.
Smash that like and subscribe button, man. There we go. Churninkin. There's an N in there. Churninkin. Yeah.
Let it
So
go. Let it go.
again, hey, we appreciate
Big
it, man.
C.
Hit that subscribe battle. Big C. Greg C. He says start 3 here. So this is PPR.
At least one.
And you have to pick at least one running back. So we'll do like we did. So we'll pick our running back first. We have Gaskins, Henderson, Pollard, or Williams. Who you
Pollard.
picking for your?
Waddle,
There we
Pittman,
go.
and Devontae Smith. You got to pick 3 though.
No, you have to pick
Yeah,
one running
but
back. So
let's
just
pick one
back.
running backs. I'm
Oh,
going
okay, so I'm
Pollard.
trying to go with... Isn't Henderson not even playing?
No,
Yeah, he's
Henderson
doubtful.
is
Yeah.
questionable. We'll get to that, but he's questionable right now.
I
Yeah,
heard he
out of
wasn't even
these-
playing.
Yeah, so out of these, man, I'm gonna go Jamal Williams. If I had to pick one of these running backs, I'm still not
That's I was
completely
gonna
sold on Pollard.
second that one with Anthony Jamal Williams.
All right, so there we go. So that's our one running back. And then he says we have to select 2 more now. And now whoever you didn't pick first, and then now you can pick Waddle, Pittman, or Devontae.
I'll definitely
Smith
go
in
with
there.
Devontae Smith and
Yeah,
then get
that's-
another
I
running back
agree.
in Gaskin.
I think I'm leaning that way too.
It's I can't not like I honestly I don't like Gaskin's matchup, but he might be the best option with the whole Carson Wentz thing and with Brissett. I just don't trust it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
So, I
I'm
think
gonna have
that's
to
where
go
we're
with that too.
we're
Yeah.
going Gaskins, Williams, and Devontae Smith. I think we. Oh no, you're saying
I wanted Pollard. Yeah.
Pollard, Gaskins,
He
and
wants
Smith,
Pollard.
and we're going Williams,
Hey,
Gaskins.
man,
and Smith.
Pollard's been showing me something, and that's rare for a Giants fan to say. I'm just saying.
All right, he convinced me. Let's go with Pollard Williams.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
that
yeah.
game, that game is better than you guys think it is, and we'll get
Well, I
into.
know.
We'll break down
I said
that.
that game's going to be
Yeah.
a blowout, man. I said that.
There it is.
Not a blowout, but it's going to be a tight game where.
Blowout on scores, like you know what I mean, like a banana.
Oh, you mean you think it's going to go off? Yeah. No,
Right.
I'm at the point where, I mean, I'm not going to break it down yet. Let's get into it because we're going to get into Monday night at one point, so we'll wait for that one.
Yeah. So Marty's saying while we're at it, mix in Kirk Cousins with Fields and Winston. If you have
Yeah.
that as an option, I probably would lean Cousins there actually over Fields and Winston this week.
Yeah.
Just you probably have a safer floor there. He has his weapons. No Cook, Dalvin Cook in the backfield potentially.
Yeah.
So they may have to rely on his arm a little more. I like that.
Madison's a good
That
fill-in.
situation. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Situation a little better. Yeah, and we'll get into that here.
I don't-
It's playing,
Yeah,
though, right?
and that's what we're saying. So we agree.
I
with you
don't
there.
disagree with that. That's the hard part about that particular offense. We didn't see enough of it last week with Brissett dumping
Right.
off to
Now they
Gaskin,
have
but
a
he's
whole
had
week
another
to
week.
plan. Yeah,
So
and they
I'm
had a
not
whole week to plan.
against. Yeah, I'm not against it, but at the same time, it's a really hard decision. Like I'm playing Gaskins as a RB2, but it's either him or James Robinson for me. So I'm more inclined to play Gaskin just because I feel like he has a better, option with the passing than, anybody. So I'm fine
Nice.
with that.
There it is. Keep the questions coming, guys. We love it. We appreciate it. We're going to keep powering through these games. We'll get here, let you know where we're at. So next game we have here is the Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. For some reason, the Chiefs are only favored by 7.
Yeah.
We have a 55-point over under. So they're expecting fireworks in this one. So I would just assume we're pretty much firing up everyone here, right? Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler. And then obviously everybody on the Kansas City side, we're still firing all them up, right?
The only guy I'm
anything to
fading
point out
out of
here?
this
Yeah.
is CEH. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I am very uncomfortable playing him if I had him. Thankfully, I didn't draft him anywhere. I wasn't big on him to begin with, but he does not look good at this point. I'd rather have Darrell Williams over him at this point because it looks like he's just playing better. He just looks like a better runner. When you see him out on the field and he gets the ball, he looks way better than he did before. So I am really low on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm even okay with you sitting him for this game because honestly, until I see more from him, he's not worth playing to me.
There it is. And yep, we have some consensus there with you.
On the
Worried about CEH
situation, but you might also consider Travis Kelce's going to have a hard game. Mike, you're a defensive guy. Do you know who's
with Derwin James? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Derwin James for sure.
I'm not good with the whole remembering everybody's names, but I know what's happening. So
that's what I'm here for, Frank.
You knew there was someone there that could guard Kelce, possibly.
No,
right?
yeah, exactly, dude. That's and that's just you want to, again, you're always going to start Kelce anyways. Unfortunately, because I drafted him so high that you have no choice but to start him. Who you're going to replace him with anyways? But I would have tempered expectations with him. And I would almost pick up Darrell Williams, man. I'm telling you guys got to get that Darrell Williams chain.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet with Darrell Williams.
I'm not going to start him over CH.
You pretty much drafted CH as your, RB2. I mean, unless you have a killer, RB3, if you were maybe at the turn or something and were able to grab like CH and Chris Carson, to where you're starting, Cook and like Carson or something like that, then maybe you can do that. But for the most part, people pretty much are forced to start CEH because it's going to be, either that or, Jamal Williams or, Gas.
Exactly.
I mean, so you're not, really starting him at this point for that. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Honestly, I mean, think about who has current. Like, if I told you right now that JaMychal Hasty has more fantasy points than Clyde Edwards-Helaire, would you believe me?
Well, I mean, obviously,
right now,
the question, yeah, no,
well, that's my point.
Yeah, in the beginning, pre-draft, I would have laughed at you.
No, agreed.
And right
now, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is doing absolutely nothing. He's 27 for 89 on the ground with 3 targets for 3 receptions through 3 games. And he has 1 fumble loss. Not worth my time. Sorry.
Yeah.
And he's in a high-powered offense. Not worth my time.
Exactly. We got 7 Rings here saying he traded CH to a Chiefs fan for money at the beginning of the year.
Oh.
Good day, sir. Very nice.
I'm gonna give you a golf clap there. That's fantastic.
There it is. Very well done there. Again, we have Tycoon here saying he'll be fine. He won't be an RB1, but a very solid RB2. I would go a little risky RB2. I'd say low end RB2 just at this point, just because there's so many other high powered mouths ahead of him. Don't get me wrong, he will have his games. He will get a dump off pass here and there. But as far as consistent RB2, rankings, I'd hope you have a really strong tight end to be able to run CEH at your RB2 spot. So
fair. If you have
a Hawkinson or an Andrews, Kelce, if you're running him there, then most likely you're okay with that. So welcome back, Frank. We got you here. You unmute yourself. You're good. You with us?
Okay. Yep.
All right. Awesome. So welcome back. So we're just kind of getting into that there. Let's see. So far, which is the best rookie running back? Everybody says Javonte, but against the Giants and Jacksonville didn't really show much.
I don't know about Javonte. I mean, he looks like the best. I mean, he still has time to kind of develop, and we'll see how that works. I mean, if you want to go statistics, Tyson Williams is the best out of everybody right now.
Doesn't Elijah Mitchell have a 100-yard rushing game in there?
Yeah, but he's still 5 points less
Also
or
hurt.
4 points
He's not
less.
going to play.
Yeah. So I'm more on the
I'm just
Tyson
saying.
Williams. I mean, he played less games and still, does well. So, or no, I like Tyson way better, and I think that honestly, he right now is the best rookie option just because of his team and his scenario. So, and if you look at all the numbers,
weeks before everybody else.
There you go. Take that, Frank. Take it.
Just saying.
Right. And we have him in here saying he's technically not a real rookie.
Yeah.
And I was literally going to say this here. Najee at the end will be the best, and it would have been ETN, but sadly we won't get to see.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
There it is. And so that's what I was about to say. You guys are sleeping on Najee. I think he'll eventually get it going there.
Hold on. How is he technically not a rookie? Because he went undrafted? Is that why we're considering him that? No, he is a clear rookie.
I do not disagree with the best dressed man in fantasy football. If he says he's technically not a rookie, then I believe him.
Tycoon, why? I want to know why this is the case, but I don't believe it. Because I'm looking at his stats right now. I'm looking at the exact stats, and he only has one season with the 2 years ago he got drafted. No, then why is he only having one season of stats?
Preach to him. Hey,
whatever.
This man doesn't wear suits for no reason. Okay. So there it is, Tycoon bringing that fire. So there it is. So there we are. That should wrap up basically Chargers and Chiefs. High scoring game. You want to get a piece of this game if you can.
Yeah, for sure.
And there it is. And so he said, not this year. No, he said, sorry, last year. Not this year though.
Oh, whatever.
And because
first year he's playing
squad all last year, so he's not technically a rookie. He's going like the Ben Simmons kind of treatment there. So anyway, basketball reference for you multi-sport fans out there. There we go. All right, so next game we have here, we'll get into it until the more questions come in. We have Chicago Bears at Cleveland Browns. Interestingly enough, we have the Browns favored by 7.5 here over the Bears.
Bears look poor.
45.5 point over under. Obviously, we have two big names making debuts here in this game with Justin Fields getting his first start and Odell Beckham, MFN Jr.
Practice all week. He's good to go.
He's back. So tell me what's going on here. Mike, we'll go with Mike.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I mean,
leave some meat on the bone for Frank, though.
Odell's coming back from an injury. I mean, he's coming back. They say he's good to go. He practiced all week. We have Landry out right now, so he's a great option against the Bears. I mean, the Bears have struggled against the pass in many ways. You can also use guys like Hooper and Harrison Bryant. I mean, they're both decent options at this point. Bears are also starting a brand new quarterback with Justin Fields since Dalton is out. We'll see how long that goes. Hopefully he can win this job and just
hold on. I want to stop you there before you go into the Bears side of things. I want to talk to you about Cleveland. You didn't mention anything about Mr. Peoples-Jones, probably one of the best names in fantasy football at this time. And is Rashard Higgins any type of start worthy here? Are we sitting these two?
I'm not starting either one of them compared to Odell. They literally went right through the tight ends.
So if you're saying he only has this tight ends and OBJ in his first game back, and I don't know how long, and over a year, is Baker Mayfield startable for you?
I'm in between on him. I mean, he went out with the shoulder injury. He came right back in, which just shows how strong he is as a player. But at the same time, am I starting him super flex maybe in a 2 QB, QB2, but not starting him in a QB1 league for sure.
Very nice. So. And Jarvis got dropped in a league. Should Marty Sadima
pick him up and put him in your IR immediately?
Dash him in that IR, and if you don't have IR spots, go to your commissioner and say, get with the times. We need IR spots. We need him.
Yeah, I'm not against that at all.
You'll probably get pushback, but that's okay. At least try. The worst they could say is no.
He's a PPR dream. Just grab him and put him on your IR if you have the ability. But
what about
you,
Frank? You picking up Jarvis if you see him out there on the wire? Or are you not touching him?
I would pick him up, put him in the IR, just as you mentioned.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, he's decent enough to have on your roster, man. I mean,
and I think it's worth mentioning. It's the first game he's missed in what?
Oh, forever.
Yeah.
He was one of the top wide receivers that have been out there for
Consecutive games,
I think he's like 260 games or something like that. Like he's been out there for quite a while. He's up there with DeAndre Hopkins, who he almost never misses a game either. So that's why we were telling you, even though he's a game time decision, we'll be back here on Sunday to be able to give you that update when it comes available. But we'll have to see how that goes, and if he can handle that rib injury. Ribs are a very tricky thing, but we know that Landry's out for 3 weeks. So pick him up, put him on your IR. The other part of it, like we said, is Justin Fields. He'll be in there. I think a lot of people says this hurts Montgomery. I think it helps with the RPO. I think that it can help him, even though it will take away from him at times. I hate Matt Nagy. I really do. He doesn't know how to use the running back. Montgomery is really his best option. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore about this. Oh, and I will answer this question because we're talking about IRs. Yes, pick him up and put him in your IR immediately because when he comes
him in all my leagues.
Me too. He's I just grabbed him. I grabbed him in every league that I could and put him in the IR.
Everybody went after Mitchell. I went after Wilson.
And it makes sense because when he comes back, he will be the viable option. They will fade Mitchell in a heartbeat for Jeff Wilson because he was productive, and you could see that production at the end of last year. He was a gold mine. I ended up beating Alvin
Didn't he
Kamara
get hurt last year also.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's definitely an injury risk,
he's
but
he
definitely.
Running back. Yes.
Yeah. They all got injured.
So he's a breakable, right?
Yeah. Exactly. No, but he can definitely last. And honestly, he is somebody that he won. I ended up winning against Alvin Kamara on Christmas when Alvin Kamara went off for 58 points or 56 or whatever it was, whatever crazy number he put up. I ended up beating him with Jeff Wilson, Gaskin, and Montgomery. So honestly, Jeff Wilson is worth keeping. And I know that like it's a heartstring thing, like for me, because he did well for me. But at the same time, I do feel like he's the better option. So definitely, if you can, pick him up.
There it is. All right. So Frank, anything you want to add on that Chicago Browns game?
Yeah, I was gonna mention on
guys
Chicago
like Mooney,
side. I mean, are you comfortable?
Komet.
I know that
Mooney.
Dylan Robinson's gonna have a hard time. Darnell Mooney, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable starting him.
Love Darnell Mooney.
So you're good with them over there on this matchup then, basically. This is what I'm trying to get.
Oh, for sure. He's been out there almost more than Allen Robinson in snaps. I mean, I'm pulling up the numbers right now because I wanted to double check my work before I did it. But from what I saw from week 1, I remember week 1, he definitely played more snaps than Allen Robinson. And in week 2, week 2, he played more snaps than Allen Robinson as well. He was averaging 67 snaps compared to Allen Robinson at 57. So he's out there in single receiver sets. I'm more inclined, like I'm starting to see the transition from Allen Robinson to Mooney, and Mooney is quite a good wide receiver, and he's really somebody that you should be targeting if he's available in your league, which I doubt he is.
Speaking of targets, they are tied for 15 targets through 2 games. Allen Robinson has 8 catches versus Mooney's 11 catches. Allen Robinson only has 59 yards versus Mooney's 92 yards. The thing that has Allen Robinson ahead of him is he does have the 1 touchdown. So he is outscoring him there. But it's close.
I like Mooney
long
term.
Robinson. But I have Robinson versus I don't have stock on and Mooney, but I would start both of them either way.
There it is. All right, so there's that. So good stuff there. The tight ends in this game. we talked about on the Cleveland side. Are we starting Cole Kmet here just quickly? Yes or no? No,
No.
Frank. No, none you.
No.
So that's that. So next game here.
Or David Njoku or whoever's playing.
I would be playing Hooper over Njoku, and I'm playing Njoku over Bryant, but Bryant's still an option. It's just lower, like 15 team.
You're hoping for you're hoping for a touchdown.
That's what I'm saying, no.
You're trying to guess who gets the touchdown.
Yeah.
So we have that there. So we'll get into. Oh, we have another question here. He said I beat Kamara.
Well, no, he's just I had Diggs in there too.
So there it was. That was the winning combination there. It looked like so. Next game we have here is Cincinnati Bengals at Pittsburgh Steelers. We have the Steelers at home, favored by 3, which is standard. So they're not expecting anything crazy one way or the other. Pretty low scoring game at 44 points. Over under is where it's set at. We've talked about it already, kind of. With T. Higgins looking like he's kind of on the wrong side of doubtful. I guess there is no wrong side of doubtful.
I mean, he suited up today to practice. I mean, he was out Wednesday and Thursday. He came back Friday, and then the coach came out and listed him as doubtful. I'm assuming he's not going to play. I mean, I'm already preparing for it. I have Higgins in a ton of leagues. I'm pretty much fading him out because there's just no point in playing him. It's tough right here. I mean, the reason why the line is the way it is because Deontay Johnson and Higgins are both out, and Ben's hurt. So, but Ben plays better at home. So,
so if you can get away from some of these guys, you can. There will be points. It's just a matter of kind of who it's going to be. Frank, who do you feel might be some of the guys that might kind of sneak in with the touchdown here? Are you liking, Mixon? Are you liking one of those guys?
I like Jamar Chase. I think they have, he's working his way with Joe Burrow there. Mixon, I'm not a big fan of him, but he'll get to the end zone.
I like
CJ
Boyd.
was not really, nothing really there on the tight end side. As Mike was saying, Big Ben and the tear, he is slated to play. So we'll see how well he plays with Big Ben there on that side, and definitely starting Claypool and Juju, maybe even some James Washington over there, and just hold tight with Najee, right?
Yeah, you have to play Najee, and right now Boyd. I like Boyd better than Chase just because he's more of a safety blanket and especially more in PPR. I think Chase is a good player, but he's more of a boomer bust option. He still puts up, 6 targets here and there, but he's more the long target compared to the short one. Boyd tends to get those short underneath routes that work better for Burrow to, get him back in the mix. Mixon is clearly a good running back. They're going to feed him. It's all volume. Same thing with Harris. I'm downplaying guys like Claypool and Juju if Ben's playing just because he's not going to have the same throw. He's not going to have the same power on the ball. Claypool is one of those players that goes downfield and picks it up. Juju's more the underneath route. I would definitely play Juju over Claypool if I had that, but I would definitely temper expectations, especially if Ben's playing. He doesn't look the same. He doesn't have that same ball. Even his deep ball doesn't look good, even though you've seen the big plays by Claypool. Claypool is the one that is making that play. Huh?
And he's usually
I know he's old. I know
Well,
he's old, but I'm at the point where I'm fading anyone in that particular offense other than Najee because they're going to just start, revolving around him at one point. But I don't mind it.
2 things on that. Definitely playing Najee against the Cincinnati Bengals defense, especially with Ben being a little
Their
hampered.
defense looks good.
They're going to try to
establish.
They're going to try to establish the run game. I think they need to get back to it. Tomlin's been talking about it. If there is a chance for a big game from Najee, I think this is it. Also, I do like Juju in this game as well. If I recall, I believe Juju's kind of his ADOT is only, and I'm pretty sure I swore I would never mention this in our show before, but his ADOT or average depth of target, I believe, is under 5 yards. So they're basically kind of just running him on crossing routes, short slants. And I still think Ben, with the injury, will be able to make that type of throw. He will get that cortisone shot if it's just a pain tolerance thing. They'll shoot it up and he'll be, good to go. He's old. He has, he doesn't have a whole 10 years to think about it. He's throwing the ball as hard as he can every time. whatever happens, I think.
Oh.
Bring on Dwayne Haskins.
And it is a divisional game, so they're going to want to play hard. They're going to want to win,
Yeah.
and get this win. So,
Well,
but again, it's only 44 points. So just be careful kind of who you start. So,
but also remember, they're
not
also
everyone's
giving
gonna
up.
go off.
Deontay's giving up 11 targets on average with him being out. So that's going to be distributed to guys like, I see that going more to Smith-Schuster than I do Claypool because of the way that they play Claypool.
Yeah, I think Juju and Harris will benefit more, and that's why I'm saying I like those two guys over Claypool too. So, but again, it only takes one for Claypool to 40-yard touchdown, and there it is.
Yeah, true.
I was thinking about.
So anyway, exactly. No, I mean, so that's what it is. It's just they're not all going to do it in this one. It's just
one shot.
You have to understand. Yeah, only one of them is probably going to have a good game. So,
for sure,
depends on who it's going to be. All right, so I think we talked about that one enough. We'll power through it here. We're almost hitting that 2-hour mark.
I can't believe you guys been on this long.
Yeah, no, this is how it is on
every
Friday,
week,
man.
brother.
We're trying to get through it, dude. There's a lot to go through, man. We already got to that one. I'm all caught up on that. So we have Atlanta Falcons, and we'll try to just power through these. Atlanta Falcons versus we're not going to get through this one fast. It's Giants.
No, you're not.
Atlanta Falcons at New York Giants. We have the Giants actually favored. Yeah, at 2.5. We've talked a lot about the Giants already.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
We'll talk about some of these main things here. 47-point over under, so there will be points in this game. Obviously, the big question marks in this game are going to be Barkley, obviously Galladay. I think Barkley has a chance to. I think they may unleash him here this week.
Yep.
We've seen the spurts and sputters of it coming through. He had a nice big run. Hasn't had any setbacks. Hasn't been sore or anything like that from what I've heard. Been practicing fully. So I think if you have him, well, they're technically limiting him, right? But there's been no setbacks or anything like that. So
no setback. Galladay, Barkley, Ingram, they all were limited this week. They all should play. Ingram's the only one that's questionable, but I wouldn't play him. Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're all good.
I'm trying not to look at your stuff. I don't want to get influenced by what you wrote out here.
That's fine. I mean, honestly, the only thing that I have for this game right now is Russell Gage is out, which isn't really a big deal. It just means more targets for Pitts, which weren't a lot anyway going from Gage. You're definitely starting up Pitts and Ridley. It's still a decent matchup for them. I usually play tight ends against the Giants anyway because they tend to do horrible. Davis, Mike Davis and Cordell Patterson. I mean, if you have to start them, enjoy. But the Giants are actually better at the run than better than you think. So I would definitely lower your expectations if you're playing them. But Patterson has been heavily involved in this particular offense. So,
and that's why I kind of want to stop it here on this one.
Yeah, so, no, I see that.
Frank, this has been big talks here. Cordell Patterson was on the waiver wires this week. He was one of those targets. Mike got him. Classic Mike move there. Picking up Cordell Patterson. Is this kind of fool's gold? Are we reading too much into one game? How are you feeling here in this backfield between Davis and Patterson?
I think they're going to start doing an RBBC and see what happens with these two guys. I think that's what's going to be going forward. I don't think that Mike Davis solidified his position. I thought he was going to do it. I was hoping he was going to do it, but he didn't. And obviously, Cordell is doing enough to win those touches and carries, and he's a dynamic player. I mean, we've seen him time and again try to get into these positions as a running back, wide receiver, tight end, whatever's going on with the guy. He's like a flex. So they're going to be sharing carries, dude. That's just it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see it changing the rest of the season. Yeah, I think it's
there. It is. And I got to get to this here, guys. Sorry to cut that one short.
No, this is huge.
We'll get into it more, but we have and again, I apologize, man. You're from Colombia here. Albiazul. MFC.
Albiazul. There we go.
Albiazul. There it is. So how are y'all? Greetings from Colombia. Welcome to Get Right Fantasy, my friend. We are here. Make sure you like the channel, hit that subscribe button. We'd appreciate it. We're trying to get to 200. We're just a couple of guys here, been playing fantasy a long time, and we're here to help you get your lineups right, for Sunday. So definitely check out our videos, check out the channel, and become part of the community, man. So he has a question here. should I trade for a running back now that McCaffrey is injured? My running backs are Gibson, Damian Harris, Melvin Gordon, and Kenneth Gainwell.
Stay
My
firm, my friend.
you
Oh,
did
yeah.
Do not
well.
move.
You did well
Yeah.
drafting your running
You're
backs.
good,
You're gonna get along with this Get Right community. We're all
Yeah.
about running backs early and often. It looks like you went that way. You had some nice pickups there. Looks like you got some good value picks and built out your depth
Yeah.
very nicely. I hope you
So
have some
who
good
would you
wide
start for him
receivers.
this week?
Oh, you're going Gibson and Harris. You're running with those two
Yeah.
guys until
Yeah, for
McCaffrey
sure.
gets back. I'd feel
Yeah.
comfortable with those two guys.
I'm
You
even
don't have to
comfortable with
pick
Gainwell.
anybody up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
you
those
don't even
other
have to
two
pick
guys you
anybody
can
up.
even kind of stream there. I would keep McCaffrey,
Put him in
stash
as a
him on your
flex or
IR.
something.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you're
and we
good
got
to go.
and we got bye weeks and stuff coming up. That's a great.
Yeah,
I like it.
you
Yeah,
have your
don't
depth.
do a thing.
Yeah, you're good. Stand pat, my friend. I mean, unless somebody gives you a
10-person
crazy
league.
offer,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it
It has
is
to
what
be
it is.
insane. Like it has to be one of those things where you go, huh? Like
Yeah.
it has to be insane. So.
Exactly. So again, I'll be Azul. Welcome to the channel, man. We appreciate it. Hit that like and subscribe button, and
This
we'll
is
see you
Galladay
here
or
hopefully
Shepherd?
Sunday. So Galladay or Shepherd, I think we kind of talked about this earlier.
I'm gonna
but
go
we're going
Shepherd. I
on this
like
one.
Galladay, man. I like the squeaky wheel
While
narrative,
we're
but I'm
talking
going
about the
with
Giants,
Shepherd.
seems like
He's
we've been
about to
talking
pop
about
off,
the
man.
Giants
He's gonna
for
pop off.
an hour and 56 minutes, it seems like. So we're gonna get through this one here, Marty. Abi Azul's already pitching into the community. I love it. Asks a question and then answers a question. This
I
is the
love it.
Get Right community. This is why we're all here. Abi Azul, make sure you hit that description. Go down, scroll down to the bottom of the description. You'll see
Get
the
on the
Sleeper
Sleeper.
channel private app. Come in there, be part of the community, man. We love it when you're in here. We're helping each other get our lineups right and get those second, third, and 10th opinions. We're all analysts here. So he's in here. We have Chris Gulas, I think also another
Hey,
new
man.
person in here. As
Welcome.
I'm sure you heard, welcome. He has a question. What do you think of this trade I got offered? I give Devontae Adams. I can just tell you right now, my red flags are going up already. It's going to have to be a huge package
It
on
is.
this other end for me to give up Devontae. So here we go.
It
For
is.
and Pittman and get Tyreek. Ooh,
And Juju.
my interest is
It's not a bad. Yeah.
and Juju.
My
I
interest
say
is piqued because
yes.
of who you're getting. So basically, you're taking away Pittman and Juju because
Yeah.
they cancel each other out. And right now, it's Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill. Which one do you like better? And Adams just had the better game. Tyreek had the worse game. That's
Take
tough,
Tyreek,
man.
I
I love
have
Tyreek.
as my
I have Tyreek
wide
everywhere.
receiver one.
Oh, you have Mahomes?
Oh,
No.
and he has Mahomes. Oh, get that stack, my
Then
friend.
do it. Yeah, just
Get
do it. It's
Smash
worth it.
accept right there. And when
Yeah.
you hit accept after you're done with that, subscribe to the channel, my friend.
You're
We
done winning-
appreciate it.
You're done winning your league, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Abi
I don't want to
Azul,
be in
we
your league.
appreciate it. Welcome. We appreciate the like and subscribe, man. We
Thanks,
really
bro.
appreciate that. Helps us keep going.
Oh, shit.
We have 7 rings chiming in here as well. We're all analysts. He's saying go Shepherd, so pretty unanimous there. He said I went for waiver wire. That is Shubba Hubbard in for Kenneth Gainwell. I kind of probably would stay Gainwell.
I would stay Gainwell. I
like his
like
involvement
Chuba.
in that offense. Chuba's nice if you have it, but you have the depth to where you don't really need to handcuff McCaffrey like that. I don't think Chuba gets the type of role that McCaffrey has. Gainwell's pretty much has some almost standalone starting value now. So
Yeah.
I say stick with Gainwell if that's what you're asking. So again,
Yeah.
he's saying he liked and subscribed. So
Thanks,
he's
bro.
saying so I kind of like the stack, and that's what I'm saying. So
I would go for
and
it.
Marty's in here saying that's a grown man's trade. And
It
those are
is.
the type of trades I love, man. Those blockbusters where guys aren't scared to trade off those number 1 and number 2 round picks.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of trades I like. If I'm trading, it's usually for that because bench guys are bench guys. They're usually the same tier. If I'm pulling off a trade, it's because I'm trying to get a starter. One of those top 5 round type guys. So I'm loving that trade. Keep bringing that energy here to the channel. Let's see. He's saying his lineup for this week is Kyler, CMC, Gordon, Chase, Claypool, Shepard, Waller.
I
It
know
has
why
to be a
he's.
10 team. Yeah. So I see what he's saying.
But I know why he's doing that, and we got Brooks below him saying you got to start Gibson. But I understand why he's not playing Gibson,
Right.
and I'm okay with playing Gordon.
Right.
But I would change out Claypool if you had the ability, because he's saying his bench is Deontay Johnson, Higgins. Okay, so he has 2 big injuries. You're not playing Myers, so that's your best option. Higbee and Gainwell, those aren't a bad option, but you're playing Waller over all of them anyway.
Yeah,
So
and in half PPR.
you're good. I like the lineup.
Yeah,
I don't like the DST, but that's just my own opinion.
And you're streaming that anyway. I didn't even.
Yeah,
look at
for
those.
sure.
Sorry, man. When you go back and watch, I don't do kickers too much or defenses. So I bring in experts for that kind of stuff, like Mike here, and we get into that. So you agree with that
Somebody's
too,
gotta
Frank?
talk about kickers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You good with all
Spend
that
all
too?
day
You're
on
pretty
kickers,
much-
brother.
You're pretty much on,
That's a
on
nice
board
thing.
with all
I
that.
mean,
Dude,
Yeah, I mean,
pick them
obviously
up
the injuries-
now. Pick them up
injuries is-
now. Sorry,
wow,
Frank.
who left those guys open? I don't know what's going on over there, but I mean, just in general.
Yeah, they're
you know,
handing you a
obviously the
championship over
injury
there. I'll be
dictating who he's going to be starting. I'm fine with sticking with Gibson. I think Mike's not rolling with Gibson. Or
You could roll. I'm good with either or, but the Bills defense is actually pretty decent against the run.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
it is.
against. I'm not against starting it. I understand that you invested so much into Gibson that you can't not play him, but I understand the matchup is way better with Melvin Gordon going against the Jets. It's just they're going to be in that game script. So
this 1 week, yeah.
and
Also,
no,
this is
Abdul.
Split Terry,
yeah.
So I understand. I was listening
No,
to I wouldn't drop.
Gainwell.
No, don't
No.
drop Gainwell.
You can pick him.
But I was
again,
watching.
It could always happen where Kush McCaffrey does what he did last year and comes back, gets hurt again, and
Yeah.
you probably should have picked him up. But again, in a vacuum with what we know right now, with it just being a hamstring,
I would keep
what they're
Gainwell.
saying, I would just keep it with what you have. So
My-
we have Marty here saying Gibson over Gordon. He's just saying for the matchup. I think that's what we're kind of
Yeah.
saying here. So Chris is also saying, what do you think of this trade? He already accepted. He's down bad at RB. He gave Odell Beckham Jr. and Cordell Patterson for James Robinson and Tyler Higbee. I don't hate it.
I don't hate that.
It's not bad. Again,
You're
just
getting low.
understanding what you're getting. I like James Robinson a little more than Patterson. Maybe in his non-PPR and maybe a half PPR. Again,
Yeah.
I just haven't seen enough of what they're going to do with Patterson. He's been in the
Yeah.
league a long time. It's not like he's this rookie that we don't know and has all this potential. If he
Yeah,
would have
for
been this guy already, he would have already been this guy and wouldn't have been bouncing around the league. Doesn't mean he won't produce here in this offense and how he's being used. But again, I'm pretty much there with Robinson as well.
Yeah, I mentioned
What do you
that.
think, Frank?
He's been the Swiss Army knife for many teams for a lot of years. Like I mentioned, he's always been
Yeah.
different positions, wide receiver,
He's a-
running back, whatever. He's the flex scratch guy that you can put in any position. He's just good talent. But how is he going
Yeah.
to produce fantasy wise? He's getting used right now in his
He's a
team. But I
big
don't,
dude.
if he lasts out this year, that'd be happy for him. I don't think it's going to continue. I think that his best role would be to split it, as I mentioned. They're splitting the backfield, and that's the best way to go.
Yeah,
but
for
I start
sure.
him now. Let's still stick with.
There you
Gordon or
go.
something, you know what I mean?
There you go. All right. So welcome the end.
What up, man?
End. I like it. Welcome to Get Right. Smash that subscribe button. We're getting to your
What's up,
question here. He said start 4 wide receivers. He's looking at A-Rob, Allen, Mike Williams, Jamar Chase, and Rondell Moore. What a wide receiving core this is. Interesting that you have Allen and Mike Williams. That does kind of throw a wrench in there because
Yeah.
I do like those guys, and they have a good matchup this week. A-Rob, again, we've kind of said when we covered that game, we're not too high on him right now. Haven't really necessarily been high on him. I know Frank probably is higher on him, more so than I think you and I, Mike. We kind of do like Jamar Chase with Higgins being out this week as well in that matchup. And we just like what we see overall, of what we're saying, Randall Moore. I think we all pretty much agree on Allen, right?
I'm good with Allen, Chase, Rondell, and I would go A-Rob. I think his matchup might actually be worth it with Fields in. I think he's an accurate quarterback.
Unless you have Herbert. If you have Herbert, then start Allen and Mike Williams and just run with
Yeah.
that.
right.
Because at least you'll have a good chance of getting whatever touchdown happens there, and
with
you'll
the
get
treasure stack.
you'll get the stack points. But yeah, I kind of agree.
Really?
What happened?
Someone dropped Chase for Keenan
Ooh.
Cole. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Can I join your league, please?
That was after like the 56-yard touchdown too, and they still dropped him after week 1 for Keelan Cole. That's tough.
Can I join your league?
I might have to talk to your commissioner there at the end. But welcome. You're in the right spot, man. We roll our sleeves up over here. We take advantage of those kind of situations. Grabbed him for 37 fab. Well done. Well
Good for you.
What a steal. I like hearing those kind of stories. Uh-oh. We lost Frank. It might be back. His phone might have died there, but we'll get this thing switched here. So let's see. We have let's see.
We're on.
So he's saying I'm worried about A-Rob after Mike's take. Yeah, we were kind of talking about that. That's what it is. And the end is saying it was crazy, and I agree. So well done there.
And Al-Abdul wanted to give us his.
Ooh, yeah, that's 2 brutal bros there, man. But if you had ETN on top of those other running backs too, man, you're stacking. So very well done. We appreciate it, man. And definitely keep watching here on the channel. Looks like we got Frank back. There we go.
Sorry,
welcome back. Yeah, no, I was like, yeah, you just got to bounce right away. I was like, oh, he's either done or he had a little.
No, I do got to get going,
so
man. I got to get fishing in the morning, and it's already midnight here. So, like,
all right, brother.
Way later for Mike, but
hey, man,
I got to get up early.
It's Friday night, brother.
Yeah, he ain't fishing at 4 o'clock in the morning like you are.
No, it's gonna get here early, pretty quick. All right, guys, peace out.
All right, dude.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Take care, Frank.
You guys joining us. We're almost we probably got even closer tonight with to the 200 subscribers. So probably the next show we might have to do a
buddy.
Might be here. Yeah, we're racking it up. Absolutely, man.
I'm telling you. All right, guys. Have a good show.
All right,
Talk to you
dude.
later.
See you later, Frank. All right, so there we are. Peace out to @Fish and Frank. Hit him up there. So we'll get into it, man. We're getting close here. We gotta try to power through the rest of these games. So we got another question here. Am I behind?
Yeah, I think Al-Abdul was just showing us his standard league. Josh Allen, Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, Sutton. Oh wow, you're just stacked everywhere.
Has to be a 10-team league.
And then and then Hurts. Oh my god,
rookies. Yeah, so let us know. It's not a 10-team league, but you definitely did it right. You picked some nice guys there, liking that team. Good depth.
And
so well done.
We also have Marty. Oh, I was going to bring up Marty.
So he said, "I'm stressing. Do I do this Devontae Adams trade?" Hey, we have your support, man. It could go either way, but to me, you can't go wrong.
That's a 12 team.
Really?
It's a 12 team.
Hey, you killed
it.
Dude,
I want to be in your league. Send me an invite.
You killed it, my guy. Chris is saying he's stressing. Do I do this Devontae Adams trade? To me, Adams and Tyreek are a wash. I personally had Tyreek 1, Adams 2. I think you're getting that upgrade over Juju versus Pittman. To me, that's where you get it. A little bit of an upgrade, even with Ben kind of struggling from stuff. The way they use Juju in that offense, he doesn't need those downfield targets. I think that Pittman needs to be there. So there it is. And usually that's how that goes. I mean, yeah, and he has McCaffrey go down here on week 3. He might be facing 0-3 with that team. That's brutal, man.
No, he's talking about his standard league team that he showed us.
Oh,
and I'm surprised.
One. Okay.
Josh Allen, Nick Chubb. If I saw this lineup at the beginning of the year, I'd be jumping for joy. It looks like a great lineup, but I'm really surprised that you're 0-2 at this point. You must have been playing like guys that had Kupp and Henry on the same team. I mean, that's the only way that you're. I have
some of those buzzsaws. Yeah. Jones you got.
I would not
Aaron Jones on Monday night or something.
Remember, this is only week 2. Well, it is only week 2. Just give it some time.
We have 2 weeks of data. We're heading into week 3.
Yeah.
So it still is.
If you're 0-4, start trading away. If you get your wins and go 2-2, you're gonna be a little bit more like. If you trade those guys away and then realize that and then you're 0-4, you're going to hate yourself even more. Keep what you got. Wait until you can kind of give yourself a better option. You have Tony Pollard and, Logan Thomas with Henry Ruggs. I mean, those are decent, good bench options. With Jalen Hurts on the bench, you could probably interchange Josh Allen and him all the time. You have a really good lineup. There is no need to change anything. So I would not stress right now.
When you have all those studs, you really have to be on top of it. Sometimes if you just have a stud team and just, bench guys, you're kind of forced to always start your studs, so you're always going to
Yeah.
get them in there when they have a good team. When you're kind of stacked like that and you're trying to decide between 3 or 4 potential running backs, where 2 or 3 of them have good matchups and you're really trying to just, pick and choose who's going to get the right one. That's when I try to just trade off, 1 or 2 of those guys to get, an upgraded piece that I know I can kind of set it and forget it. You
Yeah.
start trying to target those Travis Kelce's and those types of guys that you can just, put in there and plug away. So,
Yeah.
again, that's what it is. And Abi Azul, man, hey, and I hope I'm
It's
saying
going
that
to take
right.
time.
Hey, and that's what it is, man. It's only 2 weeks into the season. It's a long season. We have an extra game this week as well. So you don't want to hit the panic button a little
You mean
early
this year?
or this year. Yeah, thank you for that. And again, they've let us all down. So it's not just you, it's all of us.
Oh, yeah.
Because we
I
have
have
them,
both.
ranked up there as well. So
I have Josh Allen and Jonathan Taylor in one league, and I'm still doing fine. And you can't just react to the two like lower performances. They will gain traction. Remember, they only had 3 preseason games as well. That's also, and none of them played in those games. So this is kind of like week 3 of the the preseason for a lot of these players. Give them time; they will get into a groove. They'll be fine. I think they will both bounce back without a problem. So
There you
I am
go.
not worried at all.
All right, so we're going to try to power through these last 6 games that we have here. We have answered a lot of the questions, but keep them coming. We are here
Yeah,
for
keep 'em
you
coming.
guys. We're here as long as you have questions. We'll be here to get them through the game, to get through these games. So the next game we have on the docket here, we're now going into the 4:00 games. The late games, we have Miami Dolphins at Las Vegas Raiders. We have the Raiders favored by 4 at home with a 44-point over-under. So where are you at on this one, Mike?
So we already know that Tua is out with a rib fracture. So Jacoby Brissett is going to be starting this week. Unfortunately, that kind of lowers all the wide receivers because he's serviceable, but I don't see huge
Hey, let's
upside.
go.
Oh, nice. Oh, that makes me happy.
Yeah, no,
And
I feel so much better now.
And I'm going to answer this before I go out. Can Mike Williams overcome Keenan Allen for wide receiver 1? I think they're wide receiver 1 and 1A. So I don't think they're ever going to outplay each other. I think they're just going to be better options. I think that Keenan Allen is a PPR just dream. You want him
Mike
in
is
a
your big
PPR
play,
league.
multi-touchdown guy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I don't.
He will bust a couple weeks. So just be prepared for that.
Exactly.
And don't watch the game because he will make some drops, and you realize that he could add such a bigger game. So just don't watch it. Just watch the box score. You'll be fine.
And here, drop Steelers defense. Just
Oh,
drop the defense. Don't stress about dropping a player and keeping the 2. I do it in some leagues, but that's more of a defensive play. But in this particular case, just drop the Steelers for the Cards defense. It's worth it. Stream your defenses if you can. And just make sure you guys are thinking a week ahead of time and like look at the matchups that each team has and what they have currently. So, and Chris, good luck.
Oh,
I love it.
We both saw it.
Yeah,
good luck,
my
brother.
friend.
Hey, we're all there with you. I got several shares of Tyreek, so I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah, me too, brother. I'm big on Tyreek, so
absolutely.
And, yeah, I mean, you can definitely try to get him back later on. I don't see people. Oh no, sorry, but I don't see people trying to grab them back. Yeah, they don't have
anything special. Yeah, they're
no. And this week, I think they might have a rough time because of their offense. Because if they're going to have a rough time putting the ball down the field, they're going to be a tough. Like if you're out on the field more because your offense sucks, you're going to suck. So you're better off just fading them out. I think Arizona will definitely have a better chance with Jacksonville. You have to stick with the Cardinals versus Jacksonville. So absolutely. Just drop the Steelers. Cardinals D has been playing pretty well in general. They had a rough game. I picked them against Minnesota, and they didn't fare well for me because I chased the Chandler Jones 6 or 5 sacks. The team had 6, so I chased that last week. But at the same time, they were playing Minnesota. So anyway, I'll wait for this one. I'm going to break down Miami. Sorry.
Here, yeah. You went on like a
So
5-minute soliloquy about a defense. You lost me there, but
I
it's all
love
good.
defense.
I know
Anyway,
you do. That's why I
so,
let you go. It's all good, man. We're here.
so we got Will
You're
Fuller.
the one staying up late. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not the one keeping you up. You're keeping you up. No,
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So
man.
we got Will Fuller. He's making his Dolphins debut. So at this point, we'll see how that goes. You're not going to play him this week. It's just not worth playing. Derek Carr is actually going to play with the ankle injury. It looked bad when it happened, but he got right back out there. So I'm going to feel confident playing him, especially in a decent matchup. The Dolphins defense is good, but I really do. I really liked what I've seen from the Raiders offense so far this year. Jacobs is probably most likely out for this game. They're listing him as questionable, or doubtful. I don't see him playing. Drake and Barber are fine. You're definitely going to play Drake. This is a revenge game for him, if you want to go through that narrative. And Waller's a must, so you can't not play him. So
yeah, 44 point over under for me. I'm kind of fading this game a little bit. Obviously, I'm playing Waller. We're playing Carr.
You got to play Gaskin.
Super flex. You probably, in an opportunity to play, like you said, Gaskins with some injuries that have happened, kind of forced him into a RB2 role in a lot of teams. Other than that, I'm kind of fading the Raiders receivers here. I'm kind of fading the Dolphins receivers here with Brissett. Definitely fading Brissett as well. So not too much here for me. So we'll end on that.
So I'm just going to answer FF seasons. Would you try to get what would you try to get for Chuba? Anything. Just if someone throws you something,
anything that you can
need
use all season, because he may have no more. He may not even have value by the time waivers run next week. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
they could say he's fine and it was totally precautionary.
And 2 weeks,
and they just shut him down. It's 10 days in between games. So if you can get something for him now this weekend, then do it.
And when I saw the injury, he's doing the stutter step, and then he does what he's doing. He gets out of bounds, and then he ended up jogging off the field. He looked okay, but it doesn't mean that he's going to be better in like a week. It's going to take him a minute. That hamstrings are always tricky in general. Give him a minute, but it could be a shorter term thing where he's back in 2-3 weeks. So right now, get what you can for him, but you're not going to get much after next week. So
right. Yep, there it is. So we'll get into the next game here. We got New York Jets at Denver Broncos. We've kind of talked on this game a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of start-sit questions. In this game, we have one of our biggest, if not the biggest, line here with the Broncos favored by 10.5.
Nice.
With that said, it's only a 41.5 point over under. So we know where all those points are going to be coming from, the Broncos side. Again, this is why we're all asking, do we start Sutton? Do we start, Teddy Bridgewater? Are we starting Williams? Are we starting Melvin Gordon? The answer is pretty much
start them all.
Yes. If you can, we're liking some of these guys, based on other people's matchups. So again, if you're with us here, let us know if you have any more questions about that.
So we actually do. We do have a question for this particular one, because we have: do I drop Latavius Murray or Sony Michel for Javonte Williams? And I'm going to say yes. I would drop. I would drop them in a heartbeat. I don't care which one you pick. You can pick both. It don't matter.
Drop both of them and then get Williams and have an empty roster spot.
Murray would be my choice, just because Sony has an opportunity if Darrell Henderson gets hurt. This week,
Sony, pick up Williams. Drop Lat Murray. I doubt anyone's going to run and get him. Try to sell off Michelle to the Henderson owner this week, because they need a starter. And then once you trade him off, then go back and pick up Murray if you really like Murray. So that's how I'm going to answer that one.
Yeah, and welcome to the show.
And I didn't even realize that.
Chef Boyardati. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Chef
Welcome to the channel. Make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Absolutely. Hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. We have to be getting close to 200 after this live stream tonight.
Yeah.
We can't thank you guys enough who've been here with us, through the whole thing, or at least, through good portions of it. We really appreciate it. We're trying to run strong here. So we have a couple things here. CMC was out for the whole year with like 3 different injuries. Exactly. So there is always
that was last year.
Case of that. And I did say that. So there is always that caveat. But like I kept saying, I don't think Hubbard has the role, like a Madison would if he comes in, or one of these guys that's going to step in and into basically a workhorse role. Should one of their backfield mates go out. He came back and got hurt in the same game.
Yeah, I remember that.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
good luck,
so
brother.
pretty much it. Absolutely, man. We appreciate it. Hopefully you hit that subscribe button for us. We'd really appreciate that. So we'll power through the rest of these games here. Anything else to add on this game? Pretty much
The only thing
most boring.
The only thing that I'm going to say for the Jets side of the ball is Tevin Coleman is out. So since he is out, that leaves a little bit more opportunity for Michael Carter and Ty Johnson. Michael Carter might be someone that you might want to pick up and hold on your bench at this point, because he could get run and then be that big waiver pickup next week. And especially since these games are at 4:00, a friend of mine likes to take that bench guy that no one cares about at like the 1:00 games, and during the 1:00 game, pick up guys before the 4:00 game. That's one way that you could go about it. Just make sure at one point you can grab him, because you never know what's going to happen. At least he's someone that you can hold on to. And if he ends up having a great game against Denver for some reason, which I don't see it happening, but he could. He had a huge uptick in snaps last week. I would definitely grab him if you can for a short period. Unfortunately, you can't play Corey Davis unless you have to. If you have no other choice, then I would definitely fade him from this matchup. Honestly,
you have Jets, I'm fading all Jets on this side.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
and honestly, I think Bridgewater and or Sutton or both are fantastic DFS plays if you're looking for a cheap option to grab all those other high price guys. So if you're looking to play someone in DFS, those are guys I would definitely look towards.
Nice. And we have Abi Azul here saying his opponent has Tom. This is the team, I believe you said that he's 0-2. It has Tom Brady, Jonathan Taylor, James White, Tyreek Hill, Mike Williams, Gronk, Lockett, Saints D, and Matt Prater. It's a solid team, man.
That's a solid
James White, RB3, Tyreek Hill's up there. He could just single-handedly tear you apart. Cross your fingers, man. You're gonna have a good matchup on your hand.
It's fantasy football, brother. It's just how it goes. We have good weeks and bad weeks,
man. But that's why we play the games, man. That's why we play the games.
And we're gonna get into this Buccaneers matchup in a few minutes.
Chef Board Dottie.
Yeah,
love it.
I love it. And thanks, Marty. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate that. So he's saying that's his opponent team there. He said he might take. Oh, this is actually his 2-0 team. So he's saying he might end up taking an L. This team. This time on that one. So good luck to you though, man. Hopefully you don't. And there it is. Yeah. So I think I was wrong there, Marty. I think that was his 2-0 team. So
okay.
And there's 3 teams that are 2-0. Ooh, that's a tough league. I have one league that's literally 2-0. We have an 0-2 team, and then everybody else is 1-1.
I have that.
It's crazy. So there we go. All right,
so
we'll get to this next game.
Let's do Seattle. I want to wait for the other one.
This one. All right, so we'll go Seattle Seahawks at Minnesota Vikings. We're in the 4:00 games here. We have a 1.5 point favor by the Seahawks, are favored here by only 1.5 on the road against the Vikings. We have an over under of 55.5. It looks like one of the higher scoring games here.
I'm surprised this isn't higher.
Yeah,
like the spread.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Yeah, especially with that type of over under. But we'll see, man. So what are you thinking here? Obviously, we don't know what's going on with Cook. Will he play? Will he not play? I think, heard something about, I think only one player has actually started a game without getting in a full practice on Friday under the Mike Zimmer era. So just kind of take that with a grain of salt, if you will. So definitely have Alexander Madison on the ready. I have Cook in a couple leagues, and in those leagues, I drafted Madison. Just because knowing of Cook's injury history, a lot of people kind of have forgotten about that the last couple years. But I always make sure I have Madison with Cook. But go ahead. What are you thinking here?
Well, first I'm going to answer this because this is an easy question. Yes, he will play. Swift will play. So don't stress too much about Swift. He'll be fine. He'll be questionable.
Was here, he'd tell you to fire him up.
Yeah, and right now he's going to be questionable for like the whole season. Just roll with it until they tell you different. And then this question I'll answer real quick. Waddle moving forward. That's a tough question. It's really if Tua is there. If Tua is there, then I'd probably go Waddle. But right now we don't know. So
He's
this
still
is
listening. What's up, Tycoon? See, I knew he would say it. That's why I had to say it for you, my friend.
yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, right now, that's a hard question for me to answer because with Brissett there, it's not an easy answer. We'll see. Right now, he's going to be questionable for the year, like Tycoon said. So
There it is.
no worries, brother. No worries.
Oh yeah, that's what he said. There we go. Love it,
Yep.
man.
So
did you Mike is right one who's going to have another more
Yeah.
serious talking about that, and he'll be fine. There we go.
yeah, he'll be fine. Just keep an
And
eye
my
on him.
2
But
cents on that, I got to see Fuller not on PEDs to see if he's who we were, if he is who we thought he is.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you ask me right now today,
I'm going to go Waddle.
If you had to, force a gun to my head right now at this moment, I say Waddle. I want to see what Fuller looks like again, not on PEDs.
Waller looks good.
We'll go from
Or
there.
Waddle looks good. Wow, I keep saying Waller.
It's all right. It's getting late, dude. It's like 3:30
getting
for you
late.
over there.
Oh,
We'll try to
yeah.
get through this for you here.
All right, we're good. I'm good.
Abi Azul says I need him to sit out since my opponent has. Sorry, man. Swift is playing, dude. Like we're
Yeah.
saying,
It's going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be a tough. Baltimore's decent, but he's going to play. Sorry. So
we
for
have,
this,
just finishing this Vikings Seahawks game. We talked about Cook. How you feeling about Thielen and Jefferson? We're starting them, right? No hesitation.
Yeah, you're starting both of them, and
Same
if you
thing
didn't,
with Cousins.
Yeah, I mean Cousins, you got to start up. I mean Seahawks are still beatable, even though they've looked a lot better on defense. I mean the hard part is Cook. I mean Cook's the biggest question mark in this whole thing, and it's only because he didn't practice all week and he's listed as questionable. So if like Ant said, I mean there's only been one person that's ever done it in the era. It looks like a good possibility he's not playing. So unless you have a better option or you handcuffed him with Madison, you need to find somebody in that 4:00 window or the Sunday night or Monday night game just in case he doesn't play. If you're looking to possibly roll with him, thinking, oh, he came back into the game twice and played fine, and he ended up leaving the game twice. So I would definitely, I would love, this is going to be a tough game. I really do. I see why it's a 1.5, but I'm shocked because with Dalvin Cook being hurt, I'm surprised this line isn't more in favor of in Seattle. I would think it would be at least 4, but I guess it's because it's in Minnesota. So
yeah,
right.
stick with who you have. I don't think there's anybody there that I'm picking up over the guys you have there. Abi Azul. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, the only one that I would maybe like, I'm not high on Ruggs. I would maybe. I mean, if Anderson means Robbie Anderson,
Galladay. Oh, okay.
No, I was going to go Galladay, but I know you're just going to give me shit for it.
Classic
but
Mike answer there.
Honestly, Galladay is not a bad pickup, but I would actually maybe pick Mooney up instead of Ruggs. And it's just because
I gotta see it with Fields first. So.
I do too, but I honestly am not against picking up.
We've at
Mooney.
least seen it with Carr. We've seen the connection between Carr and Ruggs. So
if you're getting it's a standard league.
Oh, he's the one who dropped Galladay.
Yeah, he dropped Galladay.
See, don't listen to this guy over here. Or this.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for doing it. I don't have him anywhere, and I talked him up at the beginning of the year as a sleeper. So honestly, I don't blame you. It's one of those things where the standard leagues are annoying to me with wide receivers because then you're going with mostly yards and you're trying to figure out who's best. So I can't. Yeah, and I can't get off Ruggs then. I mean, maybe Devontae Smith I'd grab. I mean, those are great options. Like all those guys except, a select few. Like I'm not going after Watkins. I'm not, Hunter Renfrow is not a bad pick, but you have Ruggs, so you're kind of just swapping out.
I'm cutting you off there, Mike.
Yeah.
You're getting delirious now at 3 a.m. over there. I'll try to reel you in a little bit. I'm just messing with you, man.
Well, we have a lot of good games coming up. These are the games.
Yeah, so here we go. So we're gonna roll into these last 3. They should be good. These are pretty much the highlights of the week. A lot of the games people are looking for. We have another 55.5 point over under game here with the Tampa Bay Bucks at the Los Angeles Rams. We have the Stafford versus Brady shootout. They both are good quarterbacks. They both come in with great weapons, and they both come in with mean defenses behind them. Kind of like playing yourself here, if you want to kind of say it. I've been kind of beating this drum, as even a Niners fan. I kind of was hating myself for even saying it, but been saying I just want to see what these Rams do, man. And so
Yeah.
far they've been impressive. And this is even without Cam Akers. I was so excited to see what this offense would be like with Cam Akers, and that's to me where
Henderson looks good.
they would actually have the advantage, I think, over the Bucks because they would have that, solid kind of running back behind them. But that's not going to happen. Torn Achilles, so. Well, we all know that. What are you thinking? I know you have, I'm sure, some opinions on this one, Mike. What say you?
Yeah,
Bucks are favored
honestly,
by only one, by the way, here.
by one.
Even at,
I mean,
at LA Rams, defending
Wow.
Super Bowl champions, 7-time Super Bowl MVP and winner, Tom is Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Go ahead.
Honestly, this is honestly, to me, this is the preview of the NFC Championship match. I mean, they have looked so well. Like, both of them have looked outstanding. Offense, defense have both looked fantastic in the last 2 weeks. They're both 2-0. Darrell Henderson right now is currently at a point where I'm going to answer this quick. It's definitely Shepard. I agree with that.
We all agree there, and that's not even.
I don't mind Hollywood Brown.
That's
but
not
I like
even
Shepard
a classic answer there. Yeah. If you want to get crazy,
healthy.
you could go Brown again. But yeah.
Go Brown is definitely Brown is the go for the long Hail Mary. Shepard's more safe. Anyway. So Darrell Henderson is questionable going into this with rib cartilage problem. This is more of a pain tolerance.
Wednesday. Yeah, we talked about it Wednesday. Yep.
So this is definitely something to monitor. He might play. He's questionable. He's game time. So once again, same like Dalvin Cook. If unless you have Sonny Michel backing him up, there's you got to be careful. If he does play, he's going to be underproducing that more than you want. So I'm not playing Henderson if I have him, even though a lot of people are saying you should. If something can move that, he's a running back. It's not like he's a quarterback or somebody that's not going to get hurt hit as often. So he might play, we might not, we'll see. The Tampa Bay has, and they also have one of the best rush defenses. So I'm not really playing any of the running backs in this especially for the Rams. The other big news is that JPP is going to be out for the Bucks, so that's going to open up a little bit for Matt Stafford and help him when it comes to the pass rush. They do have great options behind him, but it's still, JPP is a big part of that defense and being so good. Right now, we also see Antonio Brown. He's probably going to be out. He's currently still on the COVID reserve list, and he needs to have 2 negative tests, and he still has been testing positive. So at this point, I would not think that he is playing, and I would definitely fade him if you think that he's gonna. I don't think he's playing. I definitely feel like the Rams are gonna do kind of like what the Patriots did with Jimmy Graham when they put Talib on Graham. I think they're gonna do the same thing with Jalen Ramsey with Gronkowski. Gronkowski's been killing it. We all love what he's been doing if you have him, but unfortunately, I think this week might be where he isn't as good just because of the defense and the way that they're going to play him. You're going to be starting good, Godwin and Evans. I think this might be a Robert Woods game. And I have Cooper Kupp. I love Cooper Kupp. He's been killing it the last 2 weeks, but I really do think this is a Woods game. I think Tampa's going to try to shut down Kupp, which will open up Woods and Higbee. So I'm definitely okay with any of these guys playing. Kupp still kills it regardless of the matchup. So I'm good with either one of these. I know I kind of pretty much just blazed through that without breathing, but I really do.
You did.
Yeah,
good.
I mean, I can't play Rojo or Fournette. It's just not worth playing at this point. So that's tough. Oh, we actually have a new person with a new question. I want to bring that up. Hold on one sec. What's going on, Tyler? Nice to meet you. Hope you like the channel. Hope you guys are enjoying watching. You're asking Rodgers or Bridgewater, and should I pick up the Bears defense, also Pollard or Rondale Moore? Those are great questions. Right now, I'm gonna say Rodgers is on a good start. he had a horrible start and then, got back with Detroit. San Francisco is a little bit more viable, so we'll get a better idea. He does play a little bit better when he's, quote unquote home.
Still Aaron Rodgers, man. I got Aaron Rodgers at 6 overall
I'm-
this week, and Bridgewater.
I'm
at
going
13.
Aaron.
Yeah,
I'm going Aaron just because
Start your
it
stud.
just, you have
Start
to.
your stud.
I
should
wouldn't
pick
pick up the
defense?
Bears. I wouldn't pick up the Bears. He's gonna unless you have a different, a better option. So it's really based on your options at defense that you can pick up. The Bears aren't one that I'm looking to pick up against Cleveland. So I would
Now,
definitely not.
Granted, they do play the Lions after that, but then after that, they do get the Raiders, which have been better. Packers, Bucks, Niners, Steelers, and then a bye week. So
If you're looking to get them for next week, then yes. But if
Yeah.
you're looking to get them for this
rest
week,
of the season,
no.
yeah,
Rest of the season, no.
yeah.
And
I mean,
Pollard
maybe
or
after
Rondo
the
Moore.
bye, but I wouldn't be.
Oh,
doing
he has the
that.
Rams. Okay.
I don't
So
mind
you're-
starting the Rams actually this week. I mean, I don't think it's too bad.
The one thing,
I mean, if
the
you can
one,
get away from it, cool. But I wouldn't drop them.
no,
They're too good of a defense to drop, so I would just roll with it. 1 week.
the
and
one,
hope your other guys show out.
the one thing that makes Tom Brady, like the kryptonite for Tom Brady, is pass rush and getting in his face.
And Aaron
The
Donald.
Rams have the ability to do that. And even though Tom Brady's quick and, out with the ball, it's going to keep everything underneath. And the Rams have that type of offense or defense that they can stop that particular type of thing. I'm okay with the Rams against the Buccaneers. You're going to have to level your expectations, but I think they'll do a little bit better than the Bears going against Cleveland. That's just my, my one thing about it.
Yeah.
So I'm, I wouldn't be trying to, I wouldn't take the Bears and put them in over the Rams. Like that's just not going to happen.
Right.
If you're looking to grab the Bears for next week and hold them on your bench for next week's matchup, whatever it is, then that's fine. But I wouldn't do it because the Rams are worth it. So
Pollard or more.
I'm
Wait.
going Rondo Moore. I like Pollard, but I'm going Rondo Moore.
All right. So hopefully Gronk isn't that good this weekend because he's playing him. So shout out to you guys there. So there that is.
He went up
we're gonna
top.
Try to get through these one here. We have
We just have the last two.
So anything else on this Bucks game? Yeah. So I mean, again, 55.5 over under on this one. You're basically starting everybody except for like Rojo and
I'm picking the under. If I'm picking this game, I'm picking the under. I don't think they're going to go 55.
Interesting.
Their defenses are too good to go that high. And if they, the
They
only thing that I
went
can
over
say,
that playing against Dallas.
I know, but Dallas isn't a good defense. I mean, that's
I'm
my
just
thing.
saying.
I mean,
Dallas put up enough points on their defense is what I'm saying, and so I think
No,
the Rams
I get
can put up
that.
that many points, and you don't think
Yeah,
Brady
maybe.
can put up that many points on the Rams defense? It's going to be high scoring. When in
But-
doubt, go with Vegas.
no, I don't disagree with that. But my point is that I think they have the better pass rush than Dallas, and I think they're going to be in Brady's face more to lower their expectations. Rams are good
fair enough.
at the secondary, and the Bucks aren't. I see
right.
Stafford being a better option in this, to
I
be
got
honest.
you. No worries. We appreciate it. Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. That's how you could really thank us. We'd appreciate that. We're trying to get to and past 200 subscribers. So come join the community, hit the description, get all of our contact info in there.
And we'll be back.
Welcome to Get Right, man. We'll be here.
We're
Sunday
back
night,
on
10 to
Sunday.
1.
We're going to be here Sunday morning, breaking down everything, and inactives, actives, all that fun stuff. So
Speaking of Sunday morning, we have the Sunday night game. We're almost done. I'm falling asleep in my chair. It's almost 1 a.m. for me. We're hitting that 12:30 mark. We appreciate you guys that are still here with us, holding strong. We're going to get through it. We have the Green Bay Packers versus my San Francisco 49ers.
you can break this down. I'll let you break this down.
No, man, I like to sit back. I like to hear what you have to
All
say. But we do have my Niners favored by 3.5 at home. So they are
Interesting.
expecting a pretty close game. As we know, the home team usually gets that 3-point favor. Just for you betting folks out there, guys who are getting into betting. And then we have the over-under set at 50 points, which means there are going to be some points scored in this game. We do have a whole cluster F going on in the San Francisco backfield
Yes.
with Elijah Mitchell, his shoulder. We don't know what's going on there. He's a game-time
is-
decision. Trey
is
Sermon
crazy.
has shed his blue non-contact concussion jersey, apparently. looks like he may actually get in there. They've called up guys, from the practice squads and other people's practice squads. They're just grabbing guys left and right.
Everybody.
Trenton Cannon and those types of
Jacquez
folks.
Patrick.
Yeah, Jacques Patrick, who we mentioned earlier in the show,
Who
6'3", 230-pound
I love him.
beast of
Love
a
him.
man.
I wanna see it.
So again, this is where these guys came out of nowhere last year, and they were viable. You could spot start them. So again, it's crazy there. Obviously, we have as far as the wide receivers go, Debo, I believe, is number 3 overall right now.
Yep.
In fantasy wide receivers. He's going to get a tough matchup here against Jair Alexander, going against that matchup there. So we'll see, how they try to scheme him open.
Yep.
I think the Niners can, possibly do that. Debo's more of a kind of crossing route, type guy.
Slant.
So they might be able to get, some of those kind of picks and rubs and kind of just get, a little bit of space, for Debo to make some yards after the catch. Oh, you didn't tell me we left this thanks on there. I don't mind leaving it thanks.
No, you're good, brother.
And so I'm kind of liking this game. I always love, when Aaron Rodgers comes to town. You really get to see, what your defense is really like when you're playing against a guy like that.
Yeah.
Can we contain a talent like Devontae Adams? So I'm very interested. This is a nice test for us here in week 3. See what Jimmy Garoppolo can do. Obviously love seeing how they're kind of sprinkling in, Trey Lance. So we'll see how that continues to roll.
Love Kittle.
And
Love
of course,
Kittle
Kittle,
this week.
he's one of those buy low candidates. Don't give up on him. He's a big part of this offense. Just remember, we have to put that information on film, on the tape. We have to get these coordinators planning against this run and sell out. And once they start doing that, we hit them with the play action. You're going to get a 40-yard, catch and run by Kittle. It'll probably be a 15-yard catch followed by a 30-yard rumble. It'll be a rumble.
Knocking people out.
Exactly. So so that's where I'm at. I'll stick with the Niners side. I'll let you break down this Green Bay side and whatever else
I
you
will
add on the Niners side. So
I'm gonna bring this up just because I can. Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Love Kittle. Love him. Anyway, I mean, right now with the San Francisco side, we have this has been a carousel of emotion for the last week for a lot of people. Everyone dumping all their fab for Elijah Mitchell and waiting for him to, do what they paid. I've seen people pay 98% of their fab. Like it's incredible what people paid for Elijah Mitchell in some situations. And right now they were listing him as a chance to play. He was fine. It's just a little more than a stinger. He'll be fine all week. It's going to be okay. Doubtful. So he's going to be doubtful for the game. So unless you have better options behind him, I wouldn't take it. Right now, apparently, Trey Sherman he's practicing and cleared, concussion protocol. So he has a chance to start this week. He played one play and got a concussion. I'm not really going to start him. If you have him, don't start him. Not worth it. Even though the matchup's really good, I'd still fade him a little bit. And we know that Jermichael Hasty, he's out.
Are you breaking down my whole Niners again? I just broke down all the Niners.
I'm breaking down I'm breaking down the injuries because has been a roller coaster.
I'm just messing.
Green Bay, you're playing everybody. You're going to play Jones. The only guy that you're probably not going to play is Dylan. You're going to still play Tunyon. You're still going to play, Adams and all that. So hold on one sec. Let's break down Abdullah's picks for the week.
Go ahead and finish. We got that. Hold on. We're going to finish on that. Go ahead.
Okay. No, other than that, you're playing all those guys. I mean, you're starting all your Packers with confidence.
I'm like, we got to get through this, man. I'm like,
we're good.
I was going to be in a half hour ago, so who knows what's going to happen with that. I'm trying to get through this here. Not that I don't want to hang out with you guys, but we're going to go into depth all this more on Sunday when we know more information. So definitely tune in Sunday morning to get these questions answered for you. So Tyler saying, how do I follow again? Just check that description down there. You'll see the little bell right there. It'll say subscribe, and click that. Just click on the word subscribe, and it should then change to subscribed. And that's how you'll be part of the community there. So we appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Abi Azul, we are going to get to your picks. We want to get through the rest of these games here, and then we'll kind of go through the picks with you really quick as we end. So Like
Yeah.
I said, I got the wife calling me here. So we'll get through this. So we got again, great game for Sunday night. Nice game for us there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Monday night, we're moving on here. We got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys. Our last game of week 3. We have the Cowboys favored at home by 4 with the 52-point over under. We have Dallas basically coming off of a very run heavy game. They kind of changed the game plan up from week 1, going completely pass heavy against the good run defense. And then they came out and just did a ball control run game there last week. Obviously, we've seen the split between Zeke and Pollard is kind of been the big talk all week. We've talked about it, at length here during the conversation with the different, Pollard start sit questions. He's looking like he has some standalone value now. Zeke doesn't look like he is going to be that, bell cow back we all thought he was going to be in the beginning. We also know what kind of weapons Dallas has on the outside. We're starting those guys. We're starting CD. We're starting Amari. We're starting Dak. We're starting Zeke. And it sounds like a lot of people are going to end up starting Pollard as well if they're in that situation as a flex. So that's what I'm kind of thinking there on that side. I'll let you add what you want there on the Cowboys side and get into the Eagles.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, right now, Amari Cooper apparently has been playing with cracked ribs since the opener. He's been wearing padding to help, but it looks like it might hamper him a little bit for the next few weeks. Ribs are very, very, very tricky. You can play through it. It's just a tolerance thing. So we'll see. It definitely means that, Lamb is going to get a boost for me. Right now, I think the Eagles defense has been playing well against the run in a lot of situations. They've been holding teams, a couple of good run teams to decent numbers. So, they might be a little bit more pass heavy in this particular game. The Dallas Cowboys might be a little bit more pass heavy. So Lamb, if you really need to take a flyer and you're unsure about Cooper, you could pick up Cedric Wilson in a pinch, just, in case. If you don't have Cedric Wilson for some reason because it's a 12 or 14 team league, I'd maybe pick up Dalton Schultz. A lot of teams have been, they've been targeting the tight end when needed. So Dalton Schultz has been that guy. It's no longer Blake Jarwin. I think unfortunately with his injury, it kind of took him away from everything. But right now, I mean, Eagles side of the ball, Devontae Smith's not a bad option. I really do. I don't like the Cowboys secondary. Rager's a great option as well. I think Jalen Hurts will have a decent game. They don't really have the pass rush. They don't have Gregory. They don't have Lawrence. So I think that right now they're still using Parsons on the outside, which he looked okay on the outside. But I would still be, I'd be okay with playing Hurts if you had him. You're still playing Dak. You're playing Goddard. And I think Ertz is still good. I haven't heard anything about Ertz, but yeah, I wouldn't. He's kind of out of my scope. So yeah, that's how I feel about those guys.
There it is. Yeah, and I'm there. I think you start Hurts as well. And that's it. I've talked about Sanders already.
Yeah.
I'm starting him.
I'm starting Sanders.
We've talked about Gainwell has a little bit of standalone value there. You could possibly start him if you're in a pinch this week. I'd like to just kind of wait and hold with him. He definitely has some value, of course, if Sanders were to go down. And we should get a nice, Monday night game here. So again, 52-point over under. There's going to be points scored.
It's always a good matchup.
So it should be there. So that's that wraps up our week 3. So kind of going in with this question, season saying Corey Davis and Chuba for Devonta. I think you could probably
do
a little more than that, but it's not bad. Again, for just kind of picking up a waiver guy. But again, you might be able to, if you're selling Chuba back, you want to target the CMC owner, and the CMC owner should pay more than Devonta Smith for Chuba. So
yeah, for sure.
If not, keep him and start him if you need to, or just keep him out of somebody else's hands. Just stash him.
Bench him.
Exactly. So let's see. So it says, I hope Josh Allen does better than Jalen Hurts. I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
We'll go there. What do you guys think I should do with Gronk? Keep or sell?
I
I
would
personally,
sell.
I like to sell him as well if you can.
Sell him high, dude. Just
Yeah.
sell him
You can
high.
maybe
He's
package him and get a Hawkinson. I like that a little more. I
yeah,
don't
me
think you
too.
can get much more than that.
He's
For
touchdown
him.
dependent.
Yeah. So that's that. Let's see. For at least 2 weeks, he still has had more points than Allen. And yeah, he had, but Allen, I think, is a better passer and will prevail. Also, you have to remember too, early in the season, the weather's very good for a lot of people. You'll see kind of the elite players start to shine a little more once the elements start, kind of taking play. Those guys that are a lot faster.
Yeah.
It's going to show a little more when they're not, in as much of a controlled environment. Once they get, these games under their belt, they get nicked up, they get banged up. Things are going to change throughout the year. So don't give up on it now. Allen's a good quarterback. Man, a late night, but good work, fellas. Get some sleep, Mike. Go save your marriage, Rasta. Yeah, you know how it is, man. You know
We're getting
how it
there, brother.
goes. We're trying to end it out here, but we love talking to the people here, man. So Chris is saying, who should you try to target with Gronk?
Honestly,
we were kind of talking about some guys he was on the delay probably. But you want to maybe get, those Hawkinsons, maybe Andrews, those are two. I don't think Hawk is a buy low candidate. You would definitely have to package with that, but you might be able to kind of buy low, so to speak, on Andrews. If the owner right there isn't too happy on him, he might be a good target to look at. And again, maybe even getting Kittle, buying low on Kittle. There's a chance you can go after that. So that's where I would shoot for. If not, just go ahead and hold on to him.
Hawk.
And go from there. So
Hawkinson,
Hawk or Thomas, 100 times out of 100.
Yeah,
there. Absolutely.
That is his offense. He is the Kittle of
Not
Detroit.
Even. No, yeah, he's just up there.
He's in a different atmosphere. He's starting to get up in that echelon of being in that top, like the top 3. I mean, he is doing well. He might even kick out Kittle at one point. He's that offense. Like, he's the passing offense in Detroit right now, and they're going to be passing a lot. So,
and that's what I talk about a lot about tight ends and why I fade the tight end position if it's not one of those big 3, as we call it. And that's just purely because the other offenses do not run their offense through the tight end position like Kansas City does, like Las Vegas does, and like Detroit does. And supposedly, like it was supposed to be in the Niners, but, now they have this run game and, Debo's going crazy. So we'll see how that all, shakes out. So, again, one guy we didn't really touch on in the Niner game is Ayuk, who has a lot of question marks. I think you kind of just got to hold him right now and see kind of what his role is. So kind of sit him for now. If he has a good game, trade him after that big game. Or maybe that's what you needed to see before you feel comfortable starting him again, as he comes back. So just keep an eye on that. So other than that, man, if we want to take these questions over to the Sleeper channel, just make sure you guys leave it there. It's in the description. Check it out. Come join the Sleeper. If you're not sure, send me a message on Twitter at Get Right Fantasy. We'll shoot you over the link so you can join the community. We answer your questions basically 24/7 between all of us. We like to get involved. And again, we have a ton of other people that'll contribute with you as well. We miss seeing Dim Boys out here tonight.
Dim
Boys shouting. So if he makes it to this far in the video, when he watches it again, we missed you on here, buddy. Our OG. To all the other ambassadors out there, McGoats, Wilson, everybody else, man, Luke Camp, NYG guy, all you guys, man, everyone that contributes, to the channel, to the community. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So I know that was a long enough intro. Last thing I want to say, remember our underdogfantasy.com, use the promo code GetRight. Put that code in, make your deposit, you'll get an extra $10. And, help support the channel. Let us know what your name is. We'll get in a contest with you and have a lot of fun. So I think I got through it all there, Mike, unless there's anything else you want to add on top of that. Definitely plug the website, plug your articles.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely check out my my articles up there. I mean, they're a lot from the beginning of the season, but I've unfortunately, I faded a little bit just because I've been doing a lot more of these live streams, and I'm loving it. I'm loving getting out here. So I hope, everyone enjoys me and Anthony being on here. Me and Ant will also be on Sunday morning to do the inactives with you guys as well. last second start sit decisions that you might have, anything that you guys want to talk about or questions, we can definitely go through on Sunday morning. We're going to be here at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific. So just make sure you guys check us out then. And yeah,
That's
that's
it,
all I
man.
got. Yeah.
Other than that, for Classic Mike, again, I'm Anthony, aka the Fantasy Rasta. All I can say from here, man, enjoy it. We'll see you Sunday. Rasta
luck.
and Mike, we're out. I didn't time it right. I should have had it better. Should have had it better. We'll try it again. For Mike and Rasta, we're out.